10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Look at what in my opinion, one of the best goalkeepers,
with Leeds, you're going to be played against. So they want.
I'm a little bit worried about the I saw a stat on online.
Sergio
has a big bit of the waste stats in the row.
You cannot play up and down. That is the problem. We only have two men now to
I know people have gone on about if we lose the cup, it could be a bit of a situation. I hope to God it
Sergio
doesn't.
Production.
Welcome to the Blue Lounge, welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are still celebrating the win against Leeds. Fantastic result. Fantastic result. Performance, we're going to discuss. Result, fantastic. We cannot be any happier today to have gotten these 3 points. Crucial 3 points to continue challenging for the title. This was a result that had to be achieved. So fantastic. Proud of Tuchel and his boys for managing to grind out the 3 points against Leeds at home today. Is the stream open? It will be in due course. So Tex, I will open the stream in due course. Big up to you, Tex. Big up to Abdul B. Big up to Elijah, DJ, Tobago. Big up to everyone in the stream. How am I missing anyone? Yeah, Eric Dugan, big up to you. And Horizont, big up to you and everybody else who's in the chat. Thank you all for joining. Big up to my panelists, Mo, MDT. Welcome. How are you, my man?
I'm good, Kasim. How are you doing? How are you doing, Bobby? How's everybody? I hope everyone is okay and their family are doing good. The results, we move.
Yeah, everyone's good. Bobby, how are you, my man? I know you're still hyped up.
Yeah, I'm coming down now. I'm coming down. I'm good. I've just seen something that's kind of made me smile. You know,
share it with us. Let me know.
People think that it's a funny thing. It really is. You know, some of these rivalries, you don't have to be from the same area. There's just something about Chelsea Leeds that is blood and thunder, and the players get it. You know, the fans get it. Today we saw it. I'm glad the youngsters had that feel of what Chelsea Leeds is all about. You know, it's tasty, it's nasty, it's aggressive. This is the Premier League. Forget about how we played. Today wasn't about how we played. Today was about winning, battling, and we had that, especially at the end. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Sorry, lads, but you know, I'm old school.
It's spot on. You know what? That game needed a fight. And a few of our boys took the fight to Leeds. A few of them did actually put up a good fight. Reece James is one of those who put up a good fight. Rudiger put up a good fight. Thiago Silva put up a good fight. You know, a lot of the lads did what had to have been done in a very dogged. I'm not going to say dirty because that's the word that I see thrown around, but it was a very tough game today. Big up to Antonio Rudiger. Yes, Mason Mount, fantastic strike, fantastic technique, and a fantastic goal by Mason Mount. Yes, great penalties by Jorginho. The mind games, the pressure did not get to him, and he managed to score those two fantastic penalties. But boy, did Rudiger attack Leeds today. In both halves of the pitch, Rudiger was putting in a shift. In both halves of the pitch. Rudiger was a forward and a centre-back all in one. You know, in cricket, you have all-rounders. You have a bowler and a batsman. You know, a player who can do both. Rudiger was doing both roles. He was being an attacker and a defender in this game. I take my hat off to him. And, you know, a player that is being touted by XYZ clubs, £400,000 a week contract this, £300 a week contract that. The man is still playing with full passion, determination, heart and desire for Chelsea Football Club. He is playing, and I think he'll continue to do this up until the last minute that he is wearing that Chelsea shirt. I ask the people who are able, who are involved in the Rudiger situation, to resolve it in the best way possible. I want to see Rudiger at Chelsea Football Club for the foreseeable future. I want to see that. Because a player that plays in this way, with this mindset, with this mentality, with this ability, is a player I want to see wearing the colours of Chelsea for the rest of his career. So whatever needs to be done, within reason, with the club's interest put first, I ask the people in charge of the situation to resolve it, whoever they may be. I know, we can mention names, but I don't want to mention names because I can't be sure who is exactly tasked with this. Antonio Rudiger, thank you for putting in that shift. There were errors in play, in technique, in tactics, but it was a tough game, and those errors were bound to happen because a match that is, you could call it a derby. Yes, Leeds and London are two different cities, separated by nearly 300 miles of motorway. But boy, there's a lot of history between these two clubs, and it played very much like a derby. So big up to the boys for achieving the 3 points. Yes, it wasn't attractive football. It wasn't the most controlled game. Midfield had issues, defense had issues, attack had issues, but the result is what matters today, and we've got the result that we need. I'm gonna open the debate to the chat in due course. I want to hear Mo's assessment, Bobby's assessment, and then I'll bring in people from the chat. So let's hear it. Mo, give me your assessment on the performance today.
Yeah, for me, when I was watching the game, one thing I noticed is, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, Mo. Loud and clear.
Okay, one thing I noticed is we're relying too much on our defense and our midfield, and that's a little bit disappointing. I'm happy with the result and everything, but if you check all the goals today were because of our defenders. It's nothing to do with any of our creative players. Yeah, nothing. He didn't have a single involvement with any, apart from Mason Mount's finishing. That was it. Every other, the build-up play, everything about the goals were from they were not involved. And that's the disappointing thing. Until that change, we cannot be relying on the defenders responsible for attack, defending, creating. It's not sustainable. And also, I feel sorry for Timo Werner today. He did well the past couple of games. He might not be the greatest player, but today to isolate him on this that way, there's no reason. If you want to play him there, don't put him on the pitch, because you could play Pulisic, you could play Ziyech, you could play Cho. In that position, I believe that it is really, really unfair on Timo Werner to play there, and I can't blame him. So I can't blame him today because he was put in a position where, because he's not the best with the ball. He can't dribble. He can't whatever. He run into space. If you put him there, what do you want him to do? So that's the thing that I cannot blame him for that. But we have to stop relying on our defenders and our midfielders for everything. The forward have to contribute. They have to. Mount score today is great, but we didn't create anything from them. Let's be honest. We didn't create anything from them. Their contribution was limited. And also, because of they were not even doing the basic, which is the basic is run with Leeds. They leave, our midfield was vulnerable. So each time Leeds run, they were running towards Rubin and Jorginho on their own. And Aspi, today as well as a confirmation, if you don't play a strong player next to Thiago Silva, he's 37 years old. He can't do it all. So you saw they targeted Aspi. Okay. So when you look at it, we have to be honest with ourselves that we cannot rely on our defenders and our midfielders to bail us out. The forward line, all of them, every single one of them need to look at themselves. Because, and also the coach, he put Timo Werner in a very, very vulnerable. He was exposed today, and it's not his fault. You can't play Timo Werner in the position. It's either you put Callum, Pulisic, Ziyech, whoever, if you play in this system with Kai, or else put Timo on the bench because it's not fair on him. It is not fair on him today. This performance is not on Timo. That's why I don't think it is fair for anybody to say, oh, Timo Werner have a bad game. It's not Timo Werner. Timo Werner was played out of position to accommodate the other two. Okay, and I believe that him and Mount are the people who are on form, not Kai. So I can understand if you play Timo Werner, Mount, and another person. But Timo Werner was sacrificed today. And that affected us because we were attacking with our defense today. Let's be honest. Rudiger was more in the box than any of our forwards. Rudiger was more in the box than Mount, was more in the box than Kai, was more in the box than Timo. What does that say? So for me, I'm happy with the result, and I'm happy we didn't lose to Leeds because I hate them. But we need to be realistic with ourselves. Our forward line, all of them, need to do more. So sorry about my rant here.
No, you're spot on, and that is something we're going to discuss today because I think the forward line and the selection by Tuchel, specifically for the forward line, in my opinion, and I'll find out from you guys, but I think he made some errors in his selections today. We'll discuss that in due course. I'm going to go to Bobby, but before I go to Bobby, I want to welcome Tex and Tobago to the stream. Welcome, guys. It's good to see you here on the panel. How you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm good, guys. And you?
Yeah, good.
Good, Tobago. Good, Tobago. Good text. Tobago, nice shirt.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. No, it's my pleasure. Tobago is wearing the Romelu Lukaku shirt that he won from the Blue Lounge. It took a long time to arrive to South Africa. It took 6 weeks, but it finally arrived this morning. So I'm happy to see him wearing it and being here with us on the stream. So congrats, Tobago, and well done.
At least he gets his orders. I ordered something from Amazon 7 months ago. I still haven't received it.
Listen. The amount of hassle that Tobago had to go through to land that shirt, you don't want to hear about it, man.
Bro, I can relate.
Yeah, it's been a problem. Anyway, Bobby, you heard what Mo had to say. The attack today was lacking in some areas. There was a fight in the game, but there was errors in the game. Great result, not such a performance. What's your response, Bobby?
Yeah, I heard Mo. I'll address it in a while. I was a little surprised, but I'll address it hopefully as I run down what's happened today.
Yeah.
There are times in English football where things are a little bit more than football. I don't mean that in a sinister way. But Chelsea Football Club has a lot of rivalries. And against Leeds, it's right up there. Up there. people think these rivalries started in the 1970s when we beat them in the FA Cup final to win our first FA Cup. It's not so. This went back to the 60s, early 60s, and it's been tasty ever since. I think we knocked them out of an FA Cup group round back then. This is more than football. Chelsea Leeds is a fierce clash. Football goes out the window, always has done, always will do, and what matters is winning. That's one. I loved it. I loved seeing that today. And what pleased me more is that the youngsters saw it. Unfortunately, they didn't see it full-blooded because you can't do these things nowadays, but they saw it and they felt it, and the adrenaline pumped through everybody in the stands and on the field. Love it, even Tuchel. However, about the game itself, Chelsea aren't, you see, this season, this period, this December, it's all about fitness. We should be focusing, getting injured players back, getting the walking wounded fit. Jorginho played with injury. People are saying, Lukaku should have started. Tuchel knows what he's doing. He knew Lukaku came on against Zenit. We came back late Thursday. He has to rotate through this very, very difficult time. We've got a game on Thursday, then another game on Sunday, then another game Wednesday, then another game Saturday. Then going right through to January, to the middle of January. Fitness, squad rotation should be the focus. How we win doesn't particularly matter. Winning matters. Even in the Chelsea teams of the 2005, 2006, the back-to-back Premier League winning team of Mourinho, we had to have some battles. In December as well, we had to have some battles. That's English football. If you want tiki-taka all the time, go watch Spanish football. But if you want to win in English football, this is it. Even Man City sometimes have to go through some battles. Fortunately, they have that squad depth to make it not look that way, but this has got to be the way sometimes. I don't really care how we played. I know we've got injured players in the dressing room. We've got injured players on the bench. We're playing with injured players, and we're playing with players coming back from injury. I'm just praying, let's get through this month. Keep rotating. I can't be too critical of what's going on there, because I know these guys are carrying knots that they're not talking about.
Bobby, you know what? You smacked the nail on its head. We need to get through this month, and to get through this month, I couldn't care less about the performances if we get these results. We get these results, for the next few games this month. I couldn't care how we perform, because I know it's going to be makeshift teams. It's going to be rotation. It's going to be playing people maybe out of position. But if we can grind out the results this month, that is the most important factor. Before I hear from Tex and Tobago, I want to say big up to Boogeyman. Boogeyman, welcome to the stream.
Hello, thanks for having me. Nice shirt, Tobago.
Pleasure.
Hello, Bobby, MDT. And
Thank you, Boogeyman.
Who is the other one? I can't see who is the other one.
Hey, Boogeyman.
Tex. It's Tex.
Oh, Tex.
Tex and Tobago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice shirt,
Alright,
Tobago.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Today he's gonna sleep in that shirt. I tell you, he's gonna sleep in that shirt. I was hoping Lukaku would score today for you, but it just didn't happen. But next time. All right, Tex, give me your evaluation of the game, mate. Give me your evaluation of the game.
Yo, I can't lie. We stole that game. I mean, we took the points and we just ran.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, bro. Is my mic okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
All right.
It's good.
All right. So, first of all, Alonso, he gives me meningitis. I genuinely can't watch this man anymore. I don't care who we play at left wing back. Play my 43-year-old mother. She doesn't know anything about football. She plays tennis. She will do a better shift than this man Alonso. I'm telling you guys. Everybody's saying, oh, play him in this position, play him in that. Fam. The best position that Alonso can play in is middle seat on a plane back to Spain. Fam, this man physically takes life years off my expectancy. This man takes 3 to 5 business days just to turn. What is wrong with Alonso? Bro, this man does not know how to play football. And the thing is, I can't be criticizing as well because he gave an assist, but I can't. You know what? I don't care. Alonso, get out of this club. I'm sorry, you're just not good enough.
Yeah, no, listen, text. I know. Alonso has had a bad stretch of games, but Alonso is a Chelsea player, and Alonso has had some good performances in the past, has had some great goals and great contributions to the team in the past. Yes, he's not been fantastic of late, but let's have some what's the word here? Some criticism that we can work with. I mean, his pace, his agility, his defense, all those things that they need to be addressed. But him. I mean, I know what you're saying. I know it's a little bit of banter, it's a bit of humor, but I don't want to disrespect anybody who represents my club. So let's just keep it real and address his performance rather than other aspects. And big up to Jim in the chat.
Yeah. Anyways, but he's so slow. He can't keep up with anybody.
He is.
No
I
disrespect, but he's just so slow. I mean, attacking wise, he's quite decent, but when it comes to defending, this man looks lost. And furthermore, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, for me, he has his moments, but today he was not good. And it's been like that for the past couple of games. Before that he's been all right, but he has not been amazing.
I want to ask you a question because you mentioned Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and I've seen a lot of people talk about his performance in this game. Yes, it wasn't a stellar performance, but don't you think the kind of game that it was a tough, dogged, a fight of a game. It needed him maybe to be a little less technical and a little bit more physical, and maybe that's what he did. I mean, Reece James definitely did that. You don't think Loftus-Cheek had that kind of game today?
Ruben's carrying an injury,
And he is carrying an injury as well. Correct, Bobby.
Yeah, okay. To be fair, I was a bit harsh on him. But anyways, moving on to Rudiger. This man. You know what? I can't even put into words. So all I'm gonna do is let Rio Ferdinand say it.
Get the contract out, put it on the table, let him sign it, let him write whatever numbers he wants to put on there, give him what he's done now since he's come in, and let him sign the contract.
That's all I can say. I can't put it in words correctly.
Perfect. I
will chip in the money myself. I will probably put in like £3.50, but the struggle is real. But Rudiger, he's just amazing. He won us 2 penalties. And Jorginho to keep his composure and score both of those penalties. When we scored the winner, I can't lie, I woke up my mom. She walked into my room and she did smack me. The mark is still on my face, I'm pretty sure. I haven't checked in the mirror, but Asian parents, it is to be expected. She gave me about a 10-minute lecture.
Was it with her slippers or with her boot or something?
I think it was all three, to be honest. When it comes to beating me up, she has a very weird technique. I think she first slapped me with her hand, then she slapped me with her slipper, and then I think she might have slapped me with our dog, but I can never tell. It happens really quickly, but it still stinks a bit. But yeah, I'm very happy though. We stole that game completely, but I hate Leeds, so it is what it is. We stole that game completely. The first penalty, I feel Mendy should have saved that. I don't know what was going on.
Cut you off for 1 second. Olu, I'm going to add you to the stream. I just don't want to have the TV in the background because it might be copyright issues. So just make sure you don't have the TV in the background. Is that cool? Just shake your head, nod your head. All right, brilliant. Thank you.
All right.
Continue text. Text.
Sorry, what was I saying? I completely forgot.
You were talking about your mum slapping you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but anyways, we completely stole that game completely.
No.
I might have had my human rights violated after I celebrated, but we won, so that's all that matters. For the penalty, I feel Mendy should have saved that. I mean, you could have, he jumped, he dived the right way. All he had to, it was not a good penalty at all. Like, it wasn't, just a thunderbolt straight into the bottom left corner. He could have just stuck out a hand. He probably would have saved it. I don't know if he had 3,000 ping. I don't know if he was playing on the Asian server.
no.
Like, what was going on there?
Mendy, unfortunately, that's one area he definitely needs to work on, and that is his his penalties. Hopefully he will get that fixed and get that sorted. Tex, thank you very much for your input.
No worries.
This is an open stream, open panel, so you're welcome to stay on. We've lost Tobago. I hope he gets a chance to come back in. Before I go to Boogeyman, I want to welcome Olu. Olu, welcome to the stream. How are you, my man?
Hi guys, how you all doing?
We're doing good. I'm happy
good to see you guys. It's been a while.
We haven't seen you for a while. Yeah,
I have to do some personal things back home. It's been tragic, but I'm just trying to move on with life. From my hand. Yeah, I did watch the match, and I think people.
Don't jump the queue. Don't jump the queue. I've got Tobago, Boogeyman before you. I'll come to you. Because Tobago and Boogeyman have arrived in the stream before you. So, Tobago, can you hear us? I know you had issues with your connection. Can you hear us, Tobago? We can't hear Tobago. Boogeyman, give me your thoughts, and then we'll go to Olu if Tobago's not back yet.
Hi, thanks for having me. Today's game, to be honest, is like I'm actually really happy, and even if it was a draw, I will not be mad or I will not be frustrated. I understand a lot of people talk about Ruben or the attacker did not perform, but this December we have a team that how do you say this? We don't even have the best midfielder because our system always work with our midfielder. We don't have our proper midfielder. Jorginho is half injured, and Loftus-Cheek, as someone just suggested, he was also injured. So 3 points with Leeds. Listen, we can only enjoy that. At this point, I have nothing to say other than that I may turn this debate into Rudiger contract, which I don't want to do. But it's crazy. It's crazy.
Look, Boogie, that is a topic worthy of discussion, especially after a performance like we saw today. Because
exactly.
No doubt. I mean, listen. We were talking about the fighting spirit. Bobby rightfully emphasized the fight that has been in every fixture between Chelsea and Leeds for decades. And today we saw a few of the players carry that fight. The Leeds boys, they came ready for that fight, but some of the Chelsea boys seem not to be aware of this fight. But today, Rudiger,
Mount and Rudiger.
James as well, and so did
James also. Yeah, love to see a little also. And the fact is, what I would like to add to that is, even close to the end, when it was that Brazilian guy that was bowling Kai Havertz, did you see Rudiger reactions? The guy is just something we need in our team. Rafinha. The guy, at the end of the day, they let him go, we will regret it. And anybody that sit somewhere and say, oh, we cannot pay that much money to Rudiger, the club has to do that. It's nonsense. Like, nonsense, seriously. We need to wake up and just give whatever, Test just play Rio Ferdinand, audio saying you need to put a contract on the table and Rudiger should just fill the number in it. It's not for Chelsea to even decide what the numbers are at this point. Because what the performance he gave us, already, he deserved the 200. If we want to actually tell other people to do the same thing, we should put another 50 on top of it. Okay, this is 250 a week for you, Rudiger. This is madness at the end of the day. And like I say, I don't want to turn all this into Rudiger contract renewal and all those things. But I'm happy. I'm happy. Actually, I wasn't expecting it. When we were 2-2, I was just like, yeah, what do you expect, man? Like,
the last few minutes of the game, I knew it needed one of two things. either a fantastic bit of play from Chelsea to to go ahead, or for someone to do something smart. And
Yeah.
Rudiger did something smart. He held the ball in their box and forced a tackle, and that was it.
Even Havertz,
he did the smart thing.
Havertz has two chances to go on the ground in the box, but he didn't. I just don't understand Havertz sometimes. Like, he has the control of the ball. The guy kick him, just go on the ground. Why are you trying to stay on and take? What is this? Let's give us penalty and just so we can win the game fast. But anyways, that's his also his nature. He doesn't. But Rudiger, you touch him in the box, he's already on the ground. And so I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I'll let someone else also talk.
The hardest man to knock down is the easiest man to knock down on the other side.
Yeah. And also, I think someone say Cho should have come on a little earlier. Yeah, I think so. Also. But again, what you Tuchel knows why Cho has to come at that time, because he doesn't have a team anymore at this point. It's like he's just nursing
all right.
all those injuries.
Boogie, I want to get Olu and Eric in, and then we'll open the discussion. So thanks for the insight. Before I go to Olu, I just want to say hello to Eric. Eric, how are you? Welcome to the stream.
Hello, guys. I'm doing good. I'm happy with the win, and happy to be on the stream.
All right, fantastic. I'll come back to you, Eric, in just a minute. Let me hear from Olu. Olu, give me your insight and your feeling, your emotion, your reaction, your fraction about beating Leeds today.
Oh, great. So what you got in the match? To be honest, I was very nervous. We didn't play good. We didn't play good, against the lead team, which they had injuries of their own as well, but I think they did manage the situation better than we did. And considering the size of Chelsea Football Club, we should be doing better. And it's really hard times, but I'm pretty grateful. We got we stole the 3 points. It's, like Bobby said, it's better focusing on the win rather than performance. However, you can see there's a bit of problem, with the team. We can like to say, we don't have Kovačić, Kante back, Chilwell, but trust me, we still have bigger problems than that. And I'm not trying to pinpoint, players, but I still feel our front line, what's his name, Kai Havertz and Werner. There's something there. It's not clicking. It's a bit of struggle. This is the second season, and they're struggling. We can give excuse for them. That Werner is 26. I feel he should do way better than what he's doing. You play Werner on the center attack, it struggles. You play him on the wing. He can't beat his man, can't dribble. And I'm not trying to be too hard on these guys, but I think it's a big concern. It's a big concern. We need to look into this big time. And in the midfield, I was really impressed with the like of Jorginho. Man proved his words. Being a world-class midfielder. He's always been. I know a lot of Chelsea fans still give Jorginho sticks. But man is great. He's a master in what he does. And you can see the cracks also from Ruben. Ruben wasn't that great. Ruben wasn't great today. For me, I felt, Ruben has a problem with making decisions going forward and also, defending as well. I think he didn't play well with Jorginho in the midfield. And in the back as well, Ruben, that's why you see we've been conceding goals.
Can you hear me?
With players like Ruben, whose defensive ability isn't that great.
I think he's ignoring.
We tend to concede goals.
No, I don't think he's ignoring.
And just want to say one more thing as well. I know a lot of Chelsea fans.
He might be lagging or something.
Slander Alonso. Alonso isn't great. Alonso is bad. I do understand that Alonso isn't great, but Alonso wasn't the reason why we played bad today. Let's be real. Man cost the goal, penalty, I know. But he wasn't the reason we didn't play good.
Can you hear us?
Alonso wasn't great
can
at
you hear
all,
us?
don't play him. Rather than keep
I don't think he can.
So, using Alonso as a scapegoat for not playing good, don't play him.
What's going on?
Olu.
So for me, I just feel.
Can you hear us? Oh.
Yeah, I think he was having a connection problem. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
sometimes.
Olu, if you can hear us, please try to reconnect. I think there was a connection issue between you and us. So if you can join back in, please do. I've seen a super chat here from Strip Bear. I'm just trying to find it. I'm not sure how to address this. You are a bunch of moaners. Then my best mum day we won. Kick it, dudes. I guess a more positive look is what Stripbet is saying. She wants people to be mourning less and to be more positive, I guess. Which I can understand. Stripbet, definitely a fantastic result, but the performance wasn't great, Stripbet. So I guess that's what people are addressing. But thank you for the super chat, much appreciated. Eric Blue, let me hear your thoughts on the game.
Look, it was a horrible performance, shocking, really, really bad. But we got the win, we got the results. We can't. It's not sustainable to play like this the way we're playing. It's more of. I agree with what Olu said about. It's not just because of the injuries. We can't use that as an excuse because we just can't expect that when people come back, all of a sudden we will start playing well again and things will be perfect. Okay. It's more of a team thing than just the injuries for me. I'm not sure what the solution is, but I think results hopefully the results will help. I'm not sure if they helped before, but we just need to find a way to get back in form as a team, because we can't play so badly that we have to rely on 2 penalties to win us a match. We came into this game thinking, Leeds are in poor form. They might be in a relegation battle. We should get 3 points. If we did what we're supposed to do, we get 3 points and we don't have to worry about it. And the biggest thing for me is we don't look convincing. It doesn't even matter when we take the lead. We take the lead and we just concede again. And there's no control in matches. We can't control games anymore. It's all over. I was saying, why can't you just try and, I know Leeds make it difficult for you to slow the game down, but you have to try and, get the ball, keep the ball. Just have some possession. Instead of the ball just going left, right, ping, like a ping ball. You have to keep the ball and try and get,
Eric, I understand. How do you keep the ball when Jorginho has a back problem? How do you keep the ball? Do you play football, right? As good as you are, when you haven't pain in your back or around your hips, how do you keep the ball? How do you keep the ball moving? Move the ball and take a space. Move the ball, take space. It's become difficult. So against a team like Leeds, at the end of the day, you lost control of the game.
Just to respond to what you said. So are we relying on only one player to be able to keep possession? Is that what you're saying? We need.
No, I am actually saying exactly that. The problem is that we're playing a system. The system we're playing. How many teams in the EPL playing that system? That just said to play that system and succeed, you need certain type of players. And what are their names? Kovačić, Conte, Jorginho, and they have to be fit to play that system properly. When they're not, I would add Ben Chilwell to it. When those people are not around, either you decided to play 4-3-3 or change the system, which they haven't trained to do for the last 6 months. They were playing this system. And if this system, but you don't have the player to do it, it's normal that you don't have control over 90 minutes. Listen, I understand. I can say the game, we didn't have too much control. The game was not as good. But the fact that we don't have our player, we have to I think that's my humble perspective. We should not worry about too much about how we play or what. As long as we get the 3 point, let's just finger crossed so we can get the injured player back, and hopefully they don't come back fat or overweight, they come back in
Okay.
a better condition, so they
So
can.
Boogeyman, you're
Yeah,
saying there's nothing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the system, by the way. I don't think the system is a problem, but I just think the players. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's fatigue, but the players aren't. They're not doing it right now. That's just what I think. I don't know if you can just.
Eric, we
Yeah.
keep saying what it is. We
Mm.
have injured players. We don't have
Yeah.
a team at the moment. So expecting anything out of this team is unreasonable. What we're doing now is surviving.
Okay.
We have injured players on the field. We have injured players in the dressing room. We have injured players or players coming back from injury on the bench. It's injury. Jorginho played with injury. Ruben played with injury. Lukaku's just coming back. We've lost Chilwell. We've got Alonso. I have another name for him now, but I won't say it online. You know, we are really just managing. Just managing.
So are you saying that the squad isn't good enough?
Well, I think I had that conversation a couple of days ago. I think the depth of the squad is a problem. We need to revisit it. There were errors made. We shouldn't have let so many of the youth players go. The academy graduates go, because they're the people we would have been relying on now, and we would have been blooding now. We would have been getting to play live the Tuchel system. But you know what? We are where we are, and what we are doing now is the Alamo. We're surviving. You know, even we couldn't play Rudiger against Zenit because the poor guy was played out, and goodness knows how we're going to rotate him over this back-to-back games right on till the middle of January. That's what we're doing. We're just trying to, as much as possible, keep the walking wounded going until our injuries come back. And even when our injuries do come back, they're going to need time to get back up to speed. So any talk of, you know, how we played, this system, that system, I don't think it's relevant right now. It's survival mode now.
Can I say something?
I'll let you come in, MDT, in 1 second. 1 second. Another super chat by Stripper. Thank you. Stripper is emphasizing the need to be positive. And to be fair, if you expect Chelsea to be putting in great performances in December, with the fixture list that we have, with the pressure that we're under, and also get great results, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I think the goal needs to be the results. I think this month we got to do what it takes to get the results that we need. If we have to play ugly football, dirty football, I mean, when I say dirty, I don't mean outside the rules. I mean, like, try to keep possession, park the bus if need be in some games, whatever it takes to win. That's what we got to do. And we saw that with Kai Havertz today. And Kai Havertz learned from the Zenit game. The mistake we made in the Zenit game. Him and Lukaku were breaking on the Leeds goal. Kai Havertz decided to just go to the corner flag and just play the ball in there for the next couple of minutes and just close the game out. Against Zenit, we didn't do that. We didn't try to keep that control of the game, of that ball, and close the game out. So do what we got to do. Let it be ugly. Let it be ugly. I don't care. I want the result, and that's why when I started this stream, I emphasized the Tony Rudiger performance, the doggedness, the fight that some of our boys brought in. I don't really care too much that Azpilicueta might have not been on point, or Alonso wasn't fantastic. We did what we had to do, and we got the result that we needed. And lads, one thing keep in mind, and this is something that I saw recently on literally straight after the game. Stats started to come out about Mason Mount. Do you guys know that Mason Mount has not been playing the most attractive football recently, but he's still turning in some fantastic
10 goal
numbers.
involvements.
Some fantastic numbers. Mason Mount is doing what needs to be done, and Mason Mount can do better, and that is a strength that Mason Mount brings to the Chelsea team. I'm going to bring in MDT because he wanted to come in. And lads, Olu, I know you had a connection issue. Now we have an open debate, so anybody who wants to come in, I will bring them in, and I will leave the space in the middle for the person talking, so not to have people talking over each other. So I'm going to bring in MDT to give me his insight. Mo, let's hear it.
Yeah, I'll just start with Mount. You know, like you remember, like a few streams ago, I said I expect more from Mount. I said Mount will score 10 league goals this season. Because when it comes to that, I'm not worried about Mount scoring, but like because before he used to do everything but scoring. But Mount is a scorer, all his youth career and everything. It's just that I don't know what happened at Chelsea. He kept missing things, that he kept taking the wrong position. Maybe he's doing more. Now, if you see, Mount is doing less running, but he's scoring more goals. People think you have to run around. Most players that run around score less goals because by the time you get to the box, you're tired. If you reserve your energy, when you get to the box, you have more energy. You have more energy in your leg. That's what happened. You see, now you've lost that side of Mount running around harassing people. All of a sudden, his goals input has gone up. Okay, but people think players are machine, they're robots. They should be able to do everything. But get what? Sarri said this. I want you to be closer to the goal. Ancelotti said it as well. And even Pep said it. There are certain players, he only wants them to run certain angles because he doesn't want them to lose the energy in their leg. All of a sudden, what happened with Mount? Running less, doing all these other things he used to do last season and the season before, his goal input has gone up. But the other aspect of his football has gone down. Okay. And with the reason why I said I'm not going to criticize Rubin, Jorginho, James, whatever their performance is because of the way they're playing. They're playing with injury. Okay? The thing is, when you have your team, you have the fittest part of our team right now is our forward line. The defense and the midfield, they're playing on they're exhausted, or some are playing with knocks, injuries, or whatever. So that's why your forward line, even if they're not scoring, they should work harder to make it difficult to break down the midfield. But today it was easy for Leeds to go through our midfield because our forward line were not helping them. We have two injured players playing in the midfield. So all he has to do, our forward line were the healthiest right now. Okay, the ones on the bench, they're not as fit. That's true. But you have people like Cho, he's fit. Ziyech is fit now. Okay, Pulisic is almost fit. Okay, so our forward line is our strength right now, the Christmas period. It's not our midfield or our defense because they're playing with knocks and injuries and they're tired. So what I expect from Chelsea is the forward line to do more, even if they're not scoring, to make us more difficult to break down. Because if Jorginho is playing at 20%, Rubin is playing at 50%, we're going to concede goals. And if the forward is not scoring and we're conceding goals, it's going to be a long December. So we have to be very difficult to break down. That's all. So if the forward line just do that, we should be okay. Even if we don't play well, we can nick a goal from a corner, from a free kick, and win a game like the beginning of the season. Okay, and the last part I'm gonna go on. Now people are accepting injuries. When I was saying this a month ago, Boogie is one of them that say excuse. Now he's come on the train accepting injuries as a reason. Okay, when Lukaku play, injury is not a problem. Oh, we miss Chilwell. Oh, we miss this. It's Lukaku's fault. It's not moving. It's this. It's that. Today, Lukaku didn't play. You see the same issue. This is what I'm talking about. Injury. When you have 3-4 injured players in the team, it affects the whole team. But it's an excuse when certain players play. It's not an excuse when certain players don't play. Keep it normal. They're all Chelsea players. Don't judge them differently. Keep it accurate and keep the same energy. Make sure that all the players are treated equally. No different.
I know Boogie.
More Kasim, you need to put him in the center.
Wait. No, Boogie is dying to come in to disagree with MDT.
He has to disagree.
I'll let him come in. But before I let him come in, I want to say hello to Gabriel. Gabriel, welcome to the stream. How are you, Gabriel? Gabriel, can you hear me?
Hey, can I go after Boogeyman?
Gabriel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't think you can hear him. Can you hear him?
I can hear him. I can hear him. Gabriel, welcome to the stream. How are you?
3 points.
Yep.
But nonetheless,
Gabriel, I'm getting
maybe
some
there's an
echo.
element of papering over the
I think
cracks.
you're hearing me from YouTube. Can you just switch off YouTube and just keep it on StreamYard, please? Yeah, I'm having.
Any
I'm having
better
issue,
now?
Gabriel. Yeah, no, I can hear you, but can you hear me clearly?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, sweet. Continue, Gabriel.
No, I was going to say obviously 3 points, but something's gone wrong, hasn't it? Clearly, the last month, and I'm not sure what it is. And I think we just seem such a disjointed type of team, and I don't know. I mean, we're relying on sort of certain decisions. So anyway, I'm probably going to have to leave now and maybe join later because family distractions. Yeah, so forgive me.
No worries. All right. Cheers, Gabriel. I'm going to bring in Hawkeyes. Hawkeyes, welcome to the stream. How are you? It's good to see you again.
Yeah, I'm great. How's it going?
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
We're doing good. We got 3 points against Leeds. Tough game.
Yes.
Good result. Again, performance. We discussed it. I want to get your take on this.
Yeah. So basically, I've been talking. I just even finished shooting. It was a whole lot of talks. But the thing is, I would like to go at the game in a different perspective from what everyone is saying. I think yes, we already understand the players are awful. Some are really below performance. We know this. We know this already. But first of all, I'll start from the lineup. Now, I think you guys saw Timo Werner play today, and I think you guys believe he didn't play so well. It wasn't exciting today. And he came into that lineup because he had a good performance in the previous game, which is something that I frown on, massively. I think you should pick your lineup based on what will be useful for the game you're going into, not because somebody had 2 goals in the previous game, then he should definitely start the next game. That is the first thing I'm going to talk about. And I also feel like Timo Werner had no business being on the lineup today if Lukaku wasn't going to play alongside him, because these 2 players literally work so well together. And when you play, Timo Werner, besides a Kai Havertz that doesn't drag players to himself, Kai Havertz literally leaves the back line, comes to the midfield to get the ball. The defense line is still as solid as possible. So I think when you play a Timo Werner I think you're just preparing for a stinker from Timo Werner. Now, that is the first thing I'm going to say. Now, the next thing I'm going to say is going into the game, of course, we did our thing. The boys on the field are literally enough to win the game. Those guys are quality enough to win the game. I mean, even with the lineup Tuchel brought up, we should be winning against Leeds, at Stamford Bridge. So that is where I would even fault the players, for a bit. And now going to the second half, I think when we were up about 2-1 up, I felt a change should have been made then. Now, you understand the game. Leeds is a very high-intensity team. They're going to push you. They're going to press you. They do not really care. And we were losing that, the composure at our back line. So we needed, a focal point to release the stress to. We couldn't play out of the back line. 4-5 Leeds players were on just one winger, on, Reece James or on Azpilicueta. We couldn't do that. So Thomas Tuchel made a very good change, which brought in Christensen that, allegedly and supposedly can play the ball very well to take possession, to take steam off, other players in the midfield, because once again, coming back to the injuries, we don't have, a very fit Jorginho that can play 100%. So we needed something to take up the stress of Jorginho, which Christensen came on, was wonderful. And now I felt Lukaku should have also come in, because when you brought in Christensen, you saw things weren't really changing. We needed another outlet to let go of the stress. Now, look at that backline, the Leeds backline. They were not even bothered about Chelsea, because they weren't even bothered about our attackers, because they're like, oh, Kai Havertz or Callum Hudson-Odoi, they're not even bothered. But imagine you put a Lukaku there that actually can hold 2 players, can give us, an outlet to release the stress. That would have been much more, much more better for the whole team in general. I felt we didn't need to go equal. We didn't need to go 2-2 before Tuchel made that change. I felt he should have made that Lukaku change much more earlier to release, pressure off the team that couldn't play from the back line. And of course, at the end of the day, we were really lucky to get that, 3 points. We probably deserved just a point today. But of course, we deserved 3 points against United, deserved 1 point against West Ham, and we didn't get none of that. So, of course, it's football, and we're so glad to get the 3 points today. So that's my general analysis. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, I think it was a tough game. It was a grind, and I think you get what you deserve in football.
Exactly.
The beauty of football is you get what you deserve. I mean, sometimes you might play better than the other team, but if you lose that game, then you don't deserve to win it because football is like that. I mean, unless you have a referee that messes things up and VAR goes against you and and things of that nature. But generally, the pitch, the players, and the ball decides the outcome. So I get that. I know Boogeyman wanted to respond to MDT's comment, so I'll let Boogeyman come in.
Can I go next?
Boogeyman, it's open. It's open. After Boogeyman,
All right.
it'll be open. So if you want to jump in next, not a problem. Go ahead, Boogie.
Okay, so Mount was supposed to spend more time close to the box so he can have a chance to score goals. Mount was supposed to not to make too much run, so he has a better chance or have more lucidity when he gets close to the goal. And
I
then,
never say supposed to. Jamie. I never say supposed to. I said when a player run a lot, they lose intensity in the box because of their leg.
but then
Physically, that's what happened.
Then you say that.
Okay, I said Mount is doing less now. He's scoring more. I never said he shouldn't or he should. I'm just telling you difference of play.
Yeah, MDT. Then you say today's game.
MDT, when you were talking, Boogeyman did not interrupt, so show him the same respect.
Yo, thank you for putting this out, man.
No, it's misrepresenting my point.
Let him talk, bro. Jeez, bro.
So you said now today now that Mount is not coming to the midfielder, then we can see the Mount scoring goals, and now Mount is doing what he was supposed to do so he can score goals. That's pretty much what you said. And then you said our midfield, our attacker should contribute more in the midfielder and help the midfielder. But we all know, even when we control the ball, and Kai Havertz, and we have Kai Havertz, we have Werner and Mount on the field today. If they all trying to be in that midfield and control the game as we normally do, we're not going to score goals. We're not going to put any pressure on them. That's when the defender, we have to rely on our defender like Rudiger, etc., to create chances or they can create goals. That's like pretty much what happened today. So as the same time you say they have to spend time in the box, but at the same time you're telling them to come back and help the midfielder. So I just don't know exactly what your logic is. And then at the end of the day, listen, let me finish this one. Then at the end of the day, you say Lukaku has to come up. Oh no. I think it was the last guy that came in. That said Lukaku has to come out last minute to release the pressure on our midfield and our defenders. It seems like people look at Lukaku and just thinking Lukaku from Inter Milan is the one playing for Chelsea. See, when does this Lukaku release a pressure on this Chelsea team? When exactly? Just point at one game where we're getting press, and we actually shunt the entire midfield, lob the ball to Lukaku, and he managed to control it, take the ball down, like Olivier Giroud has done it many times. Lukaku can't even control the ball. So why people come to the and say, oh, it's time to bring Lukaku on so he can release a pressure on her. The reason why Lukaku is sitting on the bench, whether it is he's 90% or not, is because in this game we have possession for 5 minutes. Leeds will have possession for 5 minutes.
It wasn't 5. It wasn't up to 5.
Yeah, that's how it is. Leeds was actually in the game up to 72 minutes. 72nd minute, Leeds was in the game all the time. So you bring Lukaku, we start playing 10 against 11 at that time. That's what it is. Lukaku has no business coming as early as a Tuchel got everything today spot on. So anybody that talk about our midfielder today, the only thing I can tell you, Jorginho's performance was not as good. Ruben did not protect Jorginho as Kante would have done, but then I heard Jorginho has a back problem. I heard Ruben also was half injured or whatever it is. So I'm not going to go after anybody. Today's game is all about the 3-point. Did we get the 3-point? I'm moving on. But anybody that will try to spin this around, say Lukaku has to come on earlier or anything, I will find a way to tell you you're wrong, because Lukaku came on today. We shunt a ball to him. Lukaku can't even control the ball. I think it was the 84 or 85th minute. Go watch the game again. Lukaku was alone against one defender. No, then someone come to they say if Lukaku was on the pitch, he will have he will hold up two defenders. Lukaku can't even get rid of one defender. See, you're going to turn this thing into Lukaku bashing. I will bash him if you keep bringing his name.
Don't please don't bash,
not.
Don't bash Lukaku.
He is not good. We need to stop dreaming. We talk about we sit down thinking about Lukaku from Inter Milan. Lukaku.
When did Lukaku come on the pitch?
No,
when did Lukaku come on the pitch?
82nd minute. It doesn't matter. That's what I keep telling you.
That's harsh on Lukaku.
Look, I agree with Boogeyman, because Lukaku shouldn't even come off the bench for me. He's not an impact sub. I don't see why there's no point.
I don't know why people keep talking about Lukaku. It doesn't make any sense. Today's game, Tuchel got a spot on. There is no
talk about Lukaku today. Man didn't play for he didn't play more than 10 minutes or 5 minutes.
I mean,
let me hold on. I want to hear from Olu.
Lukaku wasn't the problem in this match, so why talk about Lukaku?
I mean, he's obsessed with Lukaku. That's why he keeps talking about it.
Whether like it or not, Lukaku is going to be our top scorer come the end of the season. You might not like the way he plays, but I can guarantee you Lukaku is going to be our top scorer.
I don't believe it.
He will be our top scorer, whether he likes it or not.
Jorginho will be our super chat is for you. Boogie, the super chat is for you. Boogie man, you're annoying with the Lukaku agenda.
It's not constructive at all. You're not.
Can I just deviate? Can I just change the conversation slightly?
You can,
because there's no answer yet.
I want to say hello. I want to say hello to DJ.
Oh, DJ.
DJ, hello. Welcome to the stream.
There was no answer. He just gave his own statement, and that was it.
I think DJ's
DJ might not be there. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
go on, Eric.
All right, never mind.
Hold on, text. Go on, Eric.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna pretend as if that whole thing about Lukaku didn't happen. So,
fact. Because
I know. Bobby told me off a little bit, but I still maintain what I said, and I think Kasim agrees with what I said, and I think he said the same thing, which is this is what we're doing sustainable. Yes, we can hope. We hope that we will manage. We hope that we will. Like Bobby was saying, we're surviving. But maybe we won't survive. I'm hoping we do survive, but we need to find a better way. We can't be this bad and expect to get 3 points for the rest of December. That's the point I was trying to make. So I know the reasons, I know what people are saying, and I'm happy with the 3 points. Obviously, I think everybody's happy, but I don't know if we can keep doing this. I don't know what the solution is, but I just hope that it's at least a little bit better so we can give ourselves a better chance of getting through December. That's what I would say there. So that's it.
Tex, go ahead, Tex.
Yeah. I actually agree with Strip there. I mean, we should be happy we got the win, especially with all the injuries we've had. Plus the December curse. I can't lie, last year I got violated by all of my friends after we lost 3-1 to Arsenal. It is still in my memory. And second of all, I'm kind of worried about MDT. He's been rubbing his forehead more than Travis Scott's apology. You okay, bro? You okay, MDT?
I was once your age. I'm very savvy with my words as well. So if you want, I can be very slick with words as well. Okay? So keep it rolling.
All right. So, anyways, we should be happy though, and I think once we get Kovačić and Kante back, everybody was hailing our defense, and everybody was saying our defense is really good, but we also have to give credit to Kovačić and Kante. They were protecting our defense. Our defense is going to be very stable, and our midfield once Kovačić and Kante come back, and then we shouldn't concede as much. But, we should require a bit more from our attackers. The fact our defense has scored more than Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi this season is, it's a good stat, but, attackers should also score as well, is what I think.
Tex, I'd be more impressed with that if we hadn't conceded 8 goals in 3 matches.
Exactly. We've conceded more in our past 3 games than we have in all of the games before that combined. Our defensive record for breaking the Mourinho thing is already gone.
The thing is, Tex, the thing is this.
Yeah.
In regards to what we're doing right now, it's difficult for us to maintain leads. It's difficult for us to keep games under control, and but I think we also need to understand that this is because of the injuries that we have, rather than because we are having any real crisis or any real issues within our club or our squad. You see, one thing that we are quick to do is to
I think Mo's out.
be guilty of this myself. Can you guys hear me all right?
I can hear you.
Guys hear me?
Now.
Yeah. And I can be guilty of that myself. I can be guilty of maybe exaggerating a situation or a problem. I can be reactionary. I'm a fan, just like you guys. I'm a fan. But I think where we are today is a very, very good position, a very, very strong position, and I think we need to be a little bit more optimistic and a little bit more positive in our approach. And this is one of the things I like about Strip Bay. She always tries to give a positive take on things, and I think, yes, the performance wasn't great, but the result is what we need. And especially in this kind of atmosphere, schedule, I think we should be content and happy moving forward.
Can I come in briefly, Max?
Of course you can.
Sorry, Mo.
Mo.
Of course. Sorry, I got Max on the mic.
Where is Max?
No,
Where is Max? He should be.
Yeah, he'll probably join us in a while.
Yeah.
I have to say, there's a couple of things here. I switch off when I hear fans talking about curses, all these things. There is what curse? There is no curse. Chelsea
Alonso is the curse. Alonso is the curse.
Listen, I just that just puts me off. I don't go into all that sort of talk. Chelsea have injuries. That's all, and we're struggling because of our injuries. Now, today's game is one game. Will we play against a game like this? No, because the challenge we face next, which is against Everton, will not be the same. Everton are not quite as pacey. They are a pacey team in the final third, and they're strong in midfield and strong in defense. So we have to prepare ourselves for the physicality. What are we going to do? We have to keep rotating the walking wounded. Can we survive it? Yeah, we can. But we've got to grit. It's now grit time. We're limping along. As I keep saying, this is the Alamo, and we've got to come out fighting. Thank God for people like Rudiger. He is a Chelsea player and a half, and he represents everything in terms of spirit these players have to get through this period.
Spot on. DJ, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here, guys.
I'm
here.
DJ, you were at Stamford Bridge to watch the game.
Yes, I was.
So
I was today.
Give us a fan's perspective from the bridge.
Yep.
So, let me hear it, mate. Let me hear it.
Listen, from start to, as you know, as everyone knows, the rivalry with Leeds, that was happening 100% today. And I think I didn't get a chance to listen to the whole stream today. I dipped in here and out now and then today. And I heard Bobby saying earlier on that the young players today could see what it's like to get into a Leeds-Chelsea match. And believe me, they were in a match there. Because from start to finish today, all Leeds were basically doing their aim was to just kick our players all over the pitch. And that's what it was today. People talk about the bookings that were happening. Okay, Chelsea, but the way the players were getting kicked all over the place today was a joke today.
It's like the old days, DJ.
It is, bro. It is.
Ask your dad, mate.
My dad was on that today. He was saying the same thing to me today. And you know what? About Kai Havertz, listen, he didn't have the best of games. Yes, he missed a chance today, but this guy was being whacked all over the place. If you guys are going to go back and watch the match tonight, I don't know, but you'll see if they'll show that. but he was literally. I mean, I don't know what the Leeds. I think he was targeted today because he was causing issues for them today. Amount of problems he was causing today for Leeds. Okay, we got the 3 goals. Okay, yes, everyone will talk about the third goal was probably a bit of a lucky one. Should have been a penalty kick. I have to say, as a Chelsea fan, I disagree. It should not have been a penalty kick. I think we got away with that one. But listen,
say again. Hold on. Which one?
That third penalty that we got today, I have to say, I'll admit, as a Chelsea fan, as much as I'm happy we won today, that wasn't a penalty kick.
VAR checked it, DJ.
No,
checked it.
the VAR, they checked it, but everyone, if you actually see it was such a soft penalty. Okay, it was such a soft penalty, mate. Yeah, it should not have been. It was a soft penalty to have. But listen, VAR checked it. We got the penalty. We won the game. But look, we at that point,
I gotta watch it again.
At that point, we were, obviously Leeds got back into the game. Sorry. We got back into the game. Leeds got back into the game, but we were back at it again. We got the goal. And listen, Boogeyman, Lukaku, mate. Listen, the guy only had 7 minutes today, yeah? How can the guy come on in 7 minutes and change the game completely? He can't. He only got the 7 minutes.
Yeah, but that's not my point.
But I know what your point was earlier on. You were saying, he had that one ball over his head and he couldn't control the ball. I get where you're coming from that, yeah? However, you can't have 7 minutes in a game to try and win something, mate.
But that was not my point. I wasn't complaining. I'm happy that Lukaku plays 7 minutes. But anybody that said Lukaku has to come earlier, that's my problem. I just think that the game does not. The way the Tuchel handled the game today was exactly what it should be.
No.
Come on, at that time.
No, listen to me.
Business.
No. Look, what I'm saying to you, Boogie, you have a point to a degree. You have a point, all right. But also at the same time, we did need someone like him because when Leeds obviously got back into the game, we needed something from somewhere, all right? And he was the one guy who could come on and do something about it. And to be fair, okay, he done that one thing of that mistake of control or whatever he didn't do. But other than that, like I said, you get 7 minutes in a match, you can't do much in the game. I think anybody that knows it would know that. You can't, mate. You can't come onto a pitch and do something. Had he had a bit more maybe time, he would have probably done something in this game. But look,
I will give you other, but I'll let you finish because I will give you the previous game before he came in earlier than that. Also, same thing. His contribution. He's not an impact player. We already agree on that place or that fact.
No. Okay, yeah. To come off the bench, no. Maybe if he starts game, but look, as we already said it already, yeah. Okay, Boogeyman. Look, he needs to start games. Yes, he does, and I'm sure he'll get his game time to start because we will need him at some point. I mean, Werner, Havertz today, as much as they were... Sorry, it's my kid in the background. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah...
Sorry.
Yeah, Werner today Werner, Mount and Havertz today. Look, they did whatever they could today. Mount's goal was a brilliant goal, I have to say. When he put his 2-1 up, it was a good goal. But other than that, the game on it whole, it was a Chelsea Leeds game. How it should have been played today, it was. Okay, and in the end, we won. We got the result, guys. We got the result, and I'm happy about that. So I can't complain. We won the game, and we should just move on to the next match now, guys. Seriously.
Spot on, DJ. Thank you for giving us your insight. It's good to hear from a fan who was at the game. So I appreciate that. Thank you, DJ.
No problem at all, guys. Peace out.
Peace out, DJ. Peace out. Hawkins, you wanted to jump in on something?
Yeah, I was just talking about what Boogeyman actually said. I feel like Boogeyman is not even being constructive at all. He's just being too, I don't know if I could say harsh, but you're saying if Lukaku, I'm trying to talk on an analytical basis here. It's simple. The Leeds backline weren't even scared, or they were not physically moved by any of our forwards. So it was really easy for them to, rush us down, to close us down. I just felt like if Lukaku was maybe brought on, I'm not saying started the game, but we had enough to win that game. I'm just saying, the game changed, the intensity changed. And as the previous guy that just came in, he said it was a Leeds Chelsea game. Everyone firing for fire or something, if you can say it like that. But at that point, we just needed that physicality in that area to at least give us breathing room. what you're trying to say that it was just better as we were trying to play out and we couldn't play out and we still had so many chances conceded against us. You're saying it's better like that, other than having even half a chance of releasing the ball to the front, to a possible source that could just let us off the stress a little bit. So that's just what I'm saying, and I don't know how.
Yeah, I will repeat again. You're wrong. Whatever you're saying about Lukaku coming and helping that team or releasing pressure from of the midfield and the defense, you're just not talking about. You're just wrong.
That's it. I agree.
Boogie, hold on. Okay, hold on. Firstly, Gabriel, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. I'm not sure if you're being I don't know, sarcastic, or if you actually have 3 wives and 15 kids. If you have a family that size, big up to you, and
that's a real man right there, man. That's a real man.
That's a real
you
man.
You are my hero, man. You are my hero.
So big up to you, Gabriel. Much love, much respect, and it's okay, mate. This is one of the things that I like to pride my show on is being family friendly. So no issues there. Having kids in the background, we all have families and we all have responsibilities and accountability. So it's all good. It's all good. Appreciate that. Listen, 45 likes, and we've had a lot of views. We've had a lot of views on the stream. It's been fluctuating between 70 to 100, and only 45 likes. So I'm a little bit disappointed. So if you haven't hit the like button yet and you're on the stream and you're enjoying it, do us a favor, hit that like button, get it out of the way. And if you're
just to say something,
if you're enjoying, 1 second, text. And if you're enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button.
Sure,
much appreciated. Much appreciated. In regards to Boogeyman, listen. Lukaku came on for a few minutes. He didn't have enough time to do much. He probably had a handful of touches. All right, now for us to judge that, I think it's a little bit of being unfair to the lad. Lukaku came on because he's a striker, and Chelsea were, chasing the game. We wanted to win that game, so Tuchel took off a defender of sorts, Alonso, and he brought on Romelu Lukaku to bolster the attacking of the team. Now, that is, as far as I'm concerned, an impact sub, and he did have that because he did add an extra man up front. So whether or not he's good, whether or not he's performing well, we all know Lukaku is returning from an injury. I don't want to spend time excusing performances because, we won the game. The decision to bring Lukaku on helped us win the game. Whether or not he did it, directly or indirectly, we won the game. So from that aspect, I'm pleased. I also want to say big up to Jem from GNA TV. Thank you for joining the stream. Welcome. Give me your thoughts, Jem. Let me hear what you have to say.
Hey, mate. Thanks for having me again. I thought I'd just come in for a quick 10 minutes because I've got to shoot out and I'm going to stream myself at 8 o'clock. So, yeah.
Big up.
We're not going to win the league playing like that. I'm sorry. I know everyone's sitting there going, yeah, but the most important thing is to win. I think it's a bit more deeper than that, to be honest. That wasn't good enough. We didn't control the game once throughout the 90 minutes. Even when we was winning, I still didn't feel comfortable. We were just losing the ball too easily, and you got to look at the midfield. I think the midfield's letting us down massively. I think the midfield is something that dictates the speed of how we play the game. Defensively, yeah, all right. People can moan that we're not as strong anymore. We're conceding silly goals, but again, it falls down to individual errors. And again, Marcos Alonso, why he decides to sit on the floor and kick someone in the knee inside the penalty box and give a penalty away, I don't know. But prior to that, Leeds didn't really offer anything for me. Leeds were very, they weren't really in the game. But that goal changed everything. And when that goal went in, we just lost control. We just lost control of everything, and we just, I don't know. I'm slightly, don't like calling him out, but I am going to call him out today. Tuchel. I just think he done a lot of things wrong today. You could clearly see that the 3-4-3 was just not it. People. It's easy for us to just sit here and have our agendas and moan about players not performing like Werner and Havertz and whoever else, and I get that. But it's sometimes it's a bit more than just the players, if you know what I mean. And today, for me, the biggest thing was that Tuchel had the opportunity to maybe make things easier for us in that game. And instead of doing that, he just watched us just get, in my eyes, bullied most of the second half. You know, it didn't really
100%.
It didn't really make any sense to me what I was watching. And you know, bringing the Lukaku on the 80th minute doesn't make sense for me. You know, what you're doing, giving him 8 minutes for, should have come on 20 minutes ago.
Perfect.
I actually think he should have switched it to a 3-5-2. I don't get why we were hanging around with this 3-4-3. You could see Werner. Everyone moans about Werner, and I get it.
Jim, I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second. I want to ask you a question. Jim.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Lukaku coming on for 7-8 minutes is not really worthwhile. Do you think we can judge him, or we can come to a conclusion on his performance by looking at him performing for 7-8 minutes today?
Who's that?
Lukaku specifically.
Not judge Lukaku's performance, no.
Yeah, no.
Nothing to judge on Lukaku. He's only come on for 8 minutes. You can't judge a player on 8 minutes of playing football. And if anyone is, it's just again agendas, isn't it? I'm sorry, you can't. No one should be sitting there just digging out a player that's come on for 8 minutes for me. But Werner was getting it a lot. I know Alonso. I think we can all agree that Alonso's not good enough for. Like, it's very clear that we suffer massively on the wing backs with when Alonso's playing. You know, we don't tick the same. Nothing seems to tick well down that side when he's on there. And Timo Werner, you're asking him to play off the left today. For me, you isolate what he's actually good at doing, which is movement. You know, you're telling him to just hang out on the left and hold the ball up and try and interplay. Of course, he's not going to get in the game. You know, Havertz didn't have anyone around him. Mason Mount, even though everyone's saying like Mason Mount, fair dues, because he got us out of it today. To be honest, he did step up. I still don't think he had the greatest game, if you want my honest opinion. But you know, he got the goal, which got us back in the game. But listen, my overall thoughts on this game is that it's just. We have to get the errors out of our system, the player errors, because we can control games and we will control games. But if you're going to allow teams that chance to be one up, or it just makes it very hard for us to score. You know, to always come back and try and win the game from that position. And you can't do that if you're challenging for a title. If you're challenging for a title, you can't go down that route of being inconsistent all the time, or players lacking concentration in serious errors. So it is what it is. We moved 3 points, but I wasn't overly happy.
I want to ask you one question before I go to Boogeyman, because there's a couple of super chats I want Boogeyman to address. I want to ask you this question. Do you agree that we are in the stage of the season, or in the portion of the season, where we're going to have to grind out ugly wins, ugly results, but results is more important than the performances? Do you agree with that statement?
Yeah, because we're in no real good form, are we? And I don't get why we're conceding goals.
Schedule December. The compact.
But it's the wrong time to be in the form that we're in. That's my problem with it. Because I'd rather it's been like this in October or September, or do you know what I mean? Because with December, there's just too many games to be played, points to be won. At the end of December, it's very important, if you're challenging for a title, that you accumulate as many points as possible. And Chelsea's history of Decembers are just not good, and I don't get it. I really don't. It's a bit of a question mark for me.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Jem, thank you.
No worries.
Listen, people, Jem is streaming at 8 p.m. UK time tonight. So make sure you guys check out GNA TV at 8 p.m. UK time. So in about an hour.
Yeah,
hopefully we'll be done by then.
Yeah, no worries.
Mo, do I respond to Jem now or on his channel later?
If you want to do it quickly, because I want to get Boogeyman to address these super chats. So go ahead, but be quick.
Really, really quickly. Jem, you're an old football head. You know what's going on with Chelsea. How can you say this and ignore the injuries? We've got injuries right through the squad. We're playing with injuries. Our midfield's knocked out. You can't expect a performance from a team that's limping, waiting for injuries to come back. We're just going to have to fight our way through games, just like we did today. I didn't expect anything other than what we did today. And
Why?
Against Everton is going to be the same. Why? Ruben's carrying a knock. Georgie's carrying a knock. We've got people coming back from injuries on the bench. You know, we've got Alonso, who's absolutely useless on the left wing back, and the only person that fits what you're saying about not being on form is Aspi. You know, we just struggle through. Okay, thank God we managed to rest Thiago and Rudiger, but playing 2 games a week till about the middle of January is going to be tough.
We've always done that though. That's my thing, Bobs. We've always played 2 games, 3 games a week. It's just Chelsea. Like,
not with this level of injuries in the squad.
Yeah, but you had Jorginho and
This is
Ruben back
an
today.
unusual number.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I get it if it was like, well, it was when we played Zenit, where we had no midfield. I fully understand that. But you have got Jorginho and Ruben in the team, you know, and
At
you're
the
still...
moment.
Yeah, I know, but you're still putting in performances like that. I don't know. I expected when you got to bear in mind Leeds were weak as well. They had a lot of injuries themselves.
Leeds
Like,
had
there's no
loads of
excuses.
injuries. We
They
should
did,
know what I mean?
but they were fresher. They had a fresher team out there. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I can't. Why I'm saying this is that I don't want people to be disappointed. This month is a month to fight. We've got to roll up our sleeves and we've got to fight our way through these problems.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers, lads. I wanna address Boogie. Boogie. We had a super chat. Let me just find it again.
Seems like I'm making you a lot of money today, man.
Yeah, you are. Big up to you, Boogie. Big up to you. We had the super chat from JJ. He's saying, Boogie, you wanted Haaland. Right? If yes,
yeah. He's right on that one. I wanted Haaland.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then he says,
I see why.
Is wearing the blue of Chelsea. He's gonna be here for another 5 years. Support him. And then you have DJ Sav responding. DJ Sav says, Boogeyman was not hating on Lukaku, bro. He was just pointing out that he only has 7 minutes to make an impact. Now I hope DJ is right there, because I think you said the other thing, but hopefully he's right. And then we have another super chat here from Strip Bear. She's saying, for crying out loud, man, get a grip. We won.
I don't think that is my. This is for me. Is it for me? No, I don't think so.
No, that's not for you. That's just another super chat from Strip Bear, who has donated so much to the stream. I forgot and I've lost count. So, Boogeyman, let me know what you're thinking in regards to both of these comments for Lukaku. From JJ and DJ.
Yeah, I'm not criticizing Lukaku 7 minutes that he played. I'm not saying Lukaku has to do more than what he did. I'm not saying anything about Lukaku performances today. All I'm saying is, it makes no sense to me for someone to say that Lukaku should come early to this game, and with the idea that he will take pressure off our midfield and our defender, because that's what I'm trying to say. Lukaku from Inter Milan is Lukaku that are sort doing that. Since Lukaku moved to Chelsea, we've tried. He can't do it. So Lukaku is not the type of player that I'm not talking about the Lukaku injured Lukaku before injuries. That Lukaku, we've seen him launching balls to him, and he can control it. Someone even said, if Lukaku was on the field, he will have hold up 2 defender. And then that's when I point out the fact that today's game, he did come in at 7 minutes. Today's game, we try it. We launch a ball to him when we get in pressure. As he was marked by 1 defender. Someone say he will hold up 2. But look, that Lukaku was hold up by 1 defender. He didn't manage to control the ball. The defender take the ball away from him. So that's why
I use today's game for any reference, because he didn't have any time.
Oh Lord, man, Lord, God help me here. Listen, if you're telling me Lukaku should come to the game to release pressure off our defense and our midfielder, and that Lukaku can hold up to 2 defenders, and I'm just telling you that Lukaku that we signed since he moved to Chelsea, he hadn't shown that yet for you to even mention it. And and to give you one example, I'm telling you, when Lukaku in his 7 minutes, he can't.
Let me ask you a question. Boogie. Let me ask you a question. You chased the game. You want to win it. It's 2-2. Right. you look at your bench. You want to have another attacker on that pitch. What'd you do? What'd you do?
At between 60 up to 80, I will bring Hudson-Odoi in it.
You haven't. There's 10 minutes left. There's 10 minutes left. You need to get someone to warm up
There's
and
10
come on
minutes
that
left.
pitch.
That's when I bring Lukaku in it, because the last previous against Zenit and the last previous game when Lukaku played more than 30 minutes, the only reason people give on this panel to justify the fact that his performance was not as good as we expected is because they told Lukaku was just coming from injuries and he's not 100%. So as that, if I give Lukaku that status, I want Lukaku to play exactly what he played today, 10 minutes. So he come in for that, and that's what Lukaku deserved. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying more than that.
Oh, so you agree with the decision to bring on Lukaku for the last 10 minutes?
100%. I keep saying that. I say Lukaku has to come on for exact. That's what I keep saying. Tuchel management of the game today was exactly what he has to do. At 60-something minutes, when we have grip, we have for 5 minutes or something, we control the game. Then Leeds will have control of the game. So we keep passing the ball around, and no, it's not. We know. Have the same control we normal. I was saying,
this whole time, I actually thought you were against Lukaku coming
no,
on.
No, the fact is this: I get frustrated fast when someone tell me Lukaku have to start a game, and then when he doesn't perform, they tell me he's not fit. I get frustrated fast when someone say Lukaku has to come earlier, but I know that Lukaku that I've seen before injury and after injury, now he's not going to do it for us. And the justification on this panel will always be he's not fit. So if he's not fit, let him come in 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 15 minutes maximum. And when he managed to be fit, then let's see what he can do. What is wrong with that? And
no issues with that. No issues with that.
And at the end of the day, our team is not 60% fit. We all say if we're not 100%, we are approximately 60 or 70 or whatever it is. So why bring someone that's not run? So that's when I was telling MDT comment that if we have a team that is not 70%, our game is based on possession, pass, move, pass, move, pass, move. If we have a team that is not even 70%, why would you bring Lukaku, the player that doesn't move? Forget about what he did at Inter Milan. This player that we saw, he doesn't move. So why would you bring him in if he's not fit?
All right, fine. Okay, I wanna change the topic. Look, Lukaku's situation is always going to be dividing opinion moving forward. But we saw a fantastic performance today by The Rock in defense. I know some people think this guy can't play in a 4 at the back system, this, that, and the other. The best player by a long shot for a long while has been Antonio Rudiger. Him, Mendy have really impressed. Other players have also impressed, but these two, they impressed because they have exceeded our expectations. You see, Lukaku will find it hard to impress because we have high expectations of Lukaku because he cost 100 million. So Lukaku, the standards that we set for him are already very high. In regards to Rudiger, we didn't really expect all that much from him. Mendy, we were thinking, a stopgap until we sort out the situation with Kepa that we can bring in, someone big. But Mendy has exceeded expectations, and so has Rudiger. Today, one of the best players in the team is Antonio Rudiger.
The best.
No, I'm not going to say the best. I'm going to say one of the best because there's standards, there's positions, there's a whole bunch of factors. But he is definitely one of the best. The question that I want to ask is this: do you guys think Chelsea should go above and beyond in respect to getting him to sign? And when I say above and beyond, does Chelsea need to, I don't know, maybe do some restructuring, wage structure, all that kind of hype? Because up until now, we've said we want him to sign. We want Chelsea to offer him a reasonable contract. Now, if he is being offered these crazy contracts, and he could possibly go, does Chelsea need to do something about this in respect to trying to keep him on? And the reason why I say this is because a player that plays puts in a performance like that is a player that wants to play for Chelsea. It's not a player who has his mind on Bayern Munich, on Real Madrid, or elsewhere. His mind is, I want to win the title with Chelsea, and I'm going to put in a shift that is going to enable my team, Chelsea Football Club, to win that title. That's the kind of performance he put in today. And, agree, disagree, like him or dislike him, that's what he's doing.
Not for me.
So I want to... Welcome to the stream, Alex. Welcome to the stream, Alex. This is the situation that we're in today, and I want to get your feedback and I want to get your input in respect to Rudiger and his situation. Not from the standpoint, where we are with the contract negotiation. I want to know what you think in regards to what the club should do to keep him. I want to start with Alex. Let me start with Alex. Alex, welcome to the stream. Give me your standpoint on this.
Can I make a quick point? We considered the goal because of him on the second one. So
you can make a point. You can make a point that two penalty kicks were received because of him as well.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
Carry on.
But that doesn't matter. If we concede the goal, we don't need a penalty. Is Alonso's penalty conceding and then assist is neutralize his bad performance? No. What? Antonio Rudiger was the reason we conceded the second goal. So that was my.
Can you explain that?
Yeah. Where was the Rudiger on the right side, high up the pitch? Where's Christensen should have be, wasn't it? Why Thiago Silva is defending against one? What?
That was Christensen.
Right beside him. He's on Christensen on his side. Rudiger was beside him. Why was Rudiger doing beside Christensen?
Why was Christensen ball watching when they put
obviously you didn't even know that Rudiger was there, so I cannot say nothing. You cannot tell me nothing that you didn't even know. I'm saying, and it's like your first time hearing this. Rudiger was on the right side, ball handling the guy.
He actually came to make a tackle. He made a tackle in that right side,
Yeah, why is he doing it?
That's not why the ball went in from the.
You can't blame him for that.
No, but
okay, you know what? If I can't blame the guy, it's my time to speak,
bring him in
right?
the middle? Can you move, please? Can you bring Alex in the middle when he's talking, so we won't call him, and then when he finishes, you move it out so someone else. Because what he's saying, I approximately saw what happened, and I disagree with him 99.9999%. So let's just let him finish, and I will comment or whoever.
So towards his contract, 400K, no thank you. That's all it is.
Who do you see replacing him?
It doesn't matter who I'm replacing.
Guys, let him.
It's not about who replacing him. It's about how much he's asking and how much we can afford it. Yeah.
Don't answer the questions. Let me hear your thoughts, and then we'll address them one by one.
So for me, it was the problem was for today. It's more than just one. It's easy to scapegoat Alonso and everything, but I think it was the whole thing was the left side is just horrible. Let's just survive and somehow in January and see what we can do in January. Then with Rudiger's contract, if he wants how much money that we hear 400 and even near 400. I'll say if he tops 200 for me, then we can manage. After 200, sorry, there's no defender. This is just, for me, he's not proven back four. I know that he only performed for one season exactly as of this minute. He wasn't being, it's just a regular job. If you get to raise based on how you perform for 1 year. That's it. Boogie, you can breathe and breathe out.
And that was Eric.
But it's my opinion. It's my opinion.
Alex,
that's all.
Yep. All right. Cheers, Alex.
If back four, if
it wasn't me, by the way. I don't know who that was. That wasn't me.
All right. Oh, I thought it was you. My bad, Eric. My bad, Eric. All right. Listen. In regards to a couple of points, Rudiger has not demanded 400,000 a week from Chelsea. He hasn't demanded that. He has been offered contracts of that magnitude by other clubs, namely Real Madrid. I have not seen any reporter saying that he is demanding 400,000 from Chelsea. I have seen 200, 250, 225. I've seen these figures. I haven't seen him being cold or his agent saying that that's what he wants. I've heard offers being made to him of the size that that Alex has just mentioned. So before we say that that's what he's wanting, that's not what he has been reportedly wanted. That's firstly. I want to also bring in Boogeyman because I know Boogeyman wanted to respond, so I'll let Boogeyman come in. Guys, if you want to contribute, do not interrupt the person in the center. I will bring you in as soon as they are done.
Can I go after Boogeyman? I've been waiting for like 30 minutes.
Not a problem.
All right, thanks.
So the action today was, I think we took the ball from our right side, and then the ball was passed to Cho. Cho was losing the ball, and as always, our centre back, whether it is Rudiger or whether it is Aspi or even Christensen, they always run into the midfield to bring their support. That's how the Tuchel system has worked since day one. Rudiger, when we have the ball in the middle and our midfield cannot properly control or defend properly, you will see either Christensen run into the midfield, bring his support, and then move back. So that's exactly, if you remember that action, the ball, the lead player and Hudson-Odoi was tossing for a ball where the ball kind of holding each other, and then Rudiger run into it to bring that support. Problem with that is the ball was put on the other side, and Rudiger run after the lead and even pushed the lead player a little, but it was too late. The guy just passed the ball, and then Alonso did not do a proper cover. I'm not going to blame Alonso for that. So, but that sequence of game, we've seen it many times in the Tuchel system. So, blaming Rudiger for it, you can say it, but it's not really his fault. He's playing a system. So, but you cannot take away the fact that making those mistakes, when we want to give credit to someone that make us give the 3 point today, is 100% Rudiger. That's a fact. Second, when it comes to his contract, whatever figure out there for us to bring any type of defender is not cheaper than give Rudiger 400 a week. It's not cheaper. And anybody that keeps saying, oh, Rudiger was good for a year, that's all he needs to be good at. You want to sign someone, you sign it on his performances. You can only judge someone at certain, you can only go far in the past. That far, you cannot go 5, 7, 10 years. If that's the case, nobody's going to be able to hire who. None of our academy will be playing. Ruben Loftus will not be playing. Kovačić, at one point, we all say he's not as good. We can go back, but we'll keep saying the same thing. You can only renew a contract from someone seeing what he's doing right now. Someone say in a work office, I'm pretty sure my manager is judging me today. If there's time to renew my contract or to raise, he's going to judge me on the current year. They just be like, okay, I've seen you, you've done this, you've done this, and you've been present, you've been really safe. He will only judge me on what I did this year, how I behaved this year. So all those talk about, and sometimes people say stupid stuff, say he's not good in the back four. What does that even mean? He's a defender. He has all the quality. He can move up with the ball. He can run with the ball. He can tackle. He can score. He can do anything. So what he can head? What is it? What is the problem that anyone can point out today saying Rudiger cannot play 4 at the back? I just don't understand it. And anybody that say anything like that, I'm going as far as that person doesn't know anything about football. Simple as it is. And Rudiger, he deserves his 400 or whatever he wants. And he doesn't even want that. All the figure that we know is between 200 and 250. Or the rumor today was saying Real Madrid is willing to pay him 400. That's something different. Probably people just saying stuff. But Rudiger, I will go as far. 400, he deserves it. Chelsea should put that on the table and let Rudiger take that 400 and go home with it because he deserves it.
All right, cheers, Boogie. Tex, let me hear it.
I mean, when it comes to Rudiger's contract situation, yeah, even 300k actually is not bad for me. And Alex said we can't afford it. I mean, respectfully, we're not Barcelona here. We're not, we're not a poor team. But 250k, I would say that's actually a very reasonable price.
Respectfully, we're way less than Barcelona.
Sorry, Alex, we're not interrupting.
Yeah, bro,
Continue,
have some
Tex.
respect. No, okay.
Tex. I'm not gonna get this into a that kind of debate. So
no, bro, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Because you've done it a couple of times today. I ask you to treat the other panelists with respect, please.
All right. So, anyways, 250k. I think that's a reasonable price. I mean, with how good he's been, he's been key for us. And Alex has attacked us that he was the fault for the second goal. I mean, I agree, but he did win us those 2 penalties. Without those 2 penalties, and we would have lost. And he's really key to us. The passion, how, especially after the full-time whistle, he wanted to fight everybody. And I've already played this audio before, but I'll play it again.
Get the contract out, put it on the table. Let him sign it. Let him write whatever numbers he wants to put on there. Give him what he's done now since he's come in, and let him sign the contract.
It's my second time playing it, but it still stands. He's very important to us, and yeah, that's a 400k. It is steep, but 250k, I think it's a good deal. And yeah, that's all I can say.
All right, I'm gonna let Alex come in. Alex, do you want to add anything?
You literally played the thing. What's his name? Rio Ferdinand wanted Oli to sign a contract, and that contract actually proved my point. What you're saying, that he deserves whatever he wants, and what happened to Oli when he signed a long contract?
But it's not about Oli. It's not about Oli.
It is.
I'm just using the audio.
Yes, you're using the audio, and I actually using your audio to bite you back.
Hold on, Alex. Tex, I ask you again for the third time. Do not interrupt the panelists, please.
Look,
continue, Alex.
It's agree to disagree. You value him is this much. I don't value him this much. That's all it is. For me, I've seen him play 4 in the back, and that's why Lampard lost his job. I've seen him before with at Sarri. That's why. And the same thing with Boogie. If you want to pay him, if you don't believe he asked for 400, go look at the newspapers. This actually came from his camp. If you don't want to pay out of your own pocket, you can pay it. But Chelsea can afford him, and it's it. He's gonna be more making money than Romelu Lukaku. That's it. This is what you want. Then what's gonna happen when Christensen comes contract? How much Christensen is gonna ask? How much gonna be the other ones is gonna ask?
All right, I'm gonna come in on this and say the following.
All right.
Okay. We say again, Rudiger has not asked for that because no journalist has reported he has asked for that. Journalist has reported that there has been offers made to him of that size from Real Madrid, specifically over the past few days. Now, the reports that, again, we have heard have been in the range of 250. Now, I am not saying that there is no way that he is asking for that. That might be the case, but I am yet to see a reporter, specifically a trusted reporter, specifically saying that. So that's number one. Number two, stating that he was the reason Lampard got sacked, I think that is very harsh. Because
I'm not saying I'm saying the way he played in the back four. That's why I'm saying. I'm not saying he's the only reason.
Alex, the reason why I'm saying that's quite harsh is because there is a school of thought that promotes that theory. There is journalists that have actually spoken with that breath and have said, Rudiger, his poor performances, Timo Werner, lack of scoring, things of that nature. I don't think a manager gets sacked by players. I think he gets sacked because he underachieves. Because a manager...
AVB got sacked by players.
Alex, I stop people from interrupting you. I'll ask you for the same respect.
My bad.
if a manager has the control of the dressing room, of the team, he is able to control his future, because that's what a manager is supposed to do. He's supposed to manage. Now, the players, the coaching staff, the physios, they're all tools that he has at his disposal to try to achieve the goals and the targets that the club have put ahead of him. And if he can't do that, then the onus is on him. The accountability is on him. It's not on the tools that he has. It's on him using those tools. So that is in respect to the Frank Lampard position and in respect to the contract. Now again, I respect all opinions, whether I agree or disagree, and this is why I'm asking this question. And I want to hear from everyone. I know Alex is against the idea that Chelsea should maybe re-evaluate or re-examine the contract structure of the club, because going and paying a competitive fee for Rudiger may be negative in the long run, and I can see that. I can see why he would think that. But I want to know, and Boogeyman is on the other side of that coin. I want to hear from everybody else. I mean, what do you guys think? I'm interested to hear that. So who wants to jump in?
Yeah,
I want to go. Okay, you go.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get Hoke and I get Eric. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So basically, I would just say concerning the old Rudiger situation, I hear the thoughts of 4-back formation, and to be honest, I believe, first of all, I think everyone is getting the argument on the wrong note, based on the valuation that Rudiger is actually asking for. The 400k is just hilarious. I don't believe Rudiger would be asking for 400k. I don't think Chelsea pays any player 400k. So I do not believe that should be in the argument at all. So the thing I was thinking was, I saw some reports a long time ago that Chelsea wanted to offer him, I think, 8.5 million a year, but Rudiger was opting out for 12 million a year. I guess that was around what we were seeing around that time. And I was like, 250k, if that's what Rudiger is asking for, sure, give him. Okay, but I'm just saying now, if that is what he's actually asking for, give him. But at the same time, I believe 300k as well for Rudiger might be too much. I feel 250k, something around that, just probably a little bit under 280k should be fine. And I do not believe the Chelsea board will be, actually having a problem giving him 280k, given the kind of performances he has put in. So that makes me actually think he's asking for something around 300k, upwards, which is something that I do not agree. I do not believe he matches that valuation. And this is why I'm saying it, guys. Yes, we have to talk about the 4-back system. And we also have to talk about Thomas Tuchel. Now, if Tuchel tells the board, hey, I need this player massively in a 4-back system, in a 5-back, in a 3-back, in a 2-back system, I think it will be pretty straightforward. Rudiger will get that contract deal before now. It will get it in time. And the other thing is, I'm saying there's a possibility that in the summer, now these are all just allegedly. Now there's a possibility Thomas Tuchel, first of all, is not a 5-back kind of manager. The 5-back is just a quick fix because we're not solid defensively. So come summer, he has time to delve into the transfer market to get what he really wants, probably to swap to a 4-back system. Do we still see Rudiger playing? Personally, I'll tell you, I do not see Rudiger pulling in this strong performances. Is pulling in a 3-back system, in a 2-back. I do not see it happening. That's what I just believe. So it might be in my own thoughts. So this could be something the board could be looking at. Okay, we give him 300k right now. Tuchel swaps to a 4-back, come summer. And it's not playing that, probably would love to leave, but we're paying him 300k, could be on the bench. We'll sign a nice center-back. We'll play probably alongside with Thiago Silva. This could be things that the board could actually be looking at. And I believe if Tuchel can just go to the board, I need Rudiger, is my number one choice. 4-back, 5-back, 2-back, 1-back. I think they'll give him the contract easy and smooth. There won't be need for it. So that's just all I'm putting in place. So that's what I think.
Yeah, fair enough. I am borderline. I am borderline because I think we should do what we have to do to keep him, but at the same time I have a limit. I have a limit in regards to where I would go. You see,
I'm the same thing. I want him to stay and give him a contract.
again, Alex.
Well, I just want you to know that I want him to
No,
stay.
I know that, Alex. I understand that. And this is the point I'm about to make. I'm about to make. There is every Chelsea fan who sees the performances that Rudiger is putting in wants Rudiger to stay. Every single Chelsea fan.
Of course.
The difference is what what are we prepared to do to keep him? You see, there is two possible outcomes. One is we pay him within our limitations and he accepts and stays and everything will be nice and dandy, or we exceed our limitations and pay him and he stays, and then we're going to have issues in the future. Now, the issues in the future will be in regards to further contract extensions, like Alex rightly said, with respect to Christensen and where he stands, and other contract extensions in the future will be affected. There will be a ripple effect from the Rudiger extension. This is why Chelsea need, in my opinion, they need to find that sweet spot where they are able to extend or go a little bit above and beyond what normally they would pay, but at the same time not to infringe so much that they would affect the further or future contract extensions. What I'm talking about here is specifically if we are going to be getting close to that £300,000 a week mark, we're getting in Kante territory, we're getting in Romelu Lukaku territory, we're getting in territory of marquee players within the club. Now, is Rudiger there? I think he is. The issue is, so some will say this is one season, hard to judge. Again, I am not an expert. They are the experts, and they are the ones that need to make that decision. I want to hear from Eric. Eric, come on in, mate.
Okay. I have a few things to say. So I think I'll start with the formation. Unless there's some kind of maybe I'm missing something, but unless there's obvious, there are a lot of reasons, real evidences to suggest that we are trying to move to a back four in the near future. I don't think it's worth talking about Rudiger playing in a back four. I just don't. It's a waste of time for me. I'm not interested in those conversations. So just get out of the way. Rudiger, I think everybody who is paying attention knows Rudiger is one of our most important players. And it's all well and good to say that, yes, we can't afford certain, 300,000 a week, 400,000 a week. We can't afford wages that high. Everybody understands that. But if you want to talk about upsetting the wage structure at the club, for me, that's on the club, because there are many examples of players who are earning a lot more than they should be earning. Players who are squad players who are earning the money of players who should be starting week in, week out. So that's on the club for me. The whole situation with Rudiger and even with Christensen and Aspi, that's all on the club. The club hasn't handled the situation in the best way because I don't think we can afford to let Rudiger go. We're in a desperate situation. And I think people need to remember that we are not in the position to say, Rudiger, you know what, you can go, we're fine without you, we'll manage. No, we need to try and keep him if we can. We need to, because it will be very difficult for us to replace him right now. The way he's playing for us, the way he's a leader in the dressing room for me.
Yeah.
I think we can't just excuse it and just pretend like it's nothing. It's very important for us. So I really believe that we need to do everything we can to sign him. And if he leaves, I will wish him all the best with wherever he goes. And I won't even blame him because the club hasn't treated him in the best way. And you can say, yes, that's his fault. He hasn't been performing before now. But I still think that the club treated him in an unfair way, personally. even when he hasn't been the best, I think he's been our most consistent defender for a long time. I can't think of any other defender who has been more consistent than him since he signed for Chelsea. So it's not something where I just, try and say I don't want to overlook what he's doing, because I said it before, it's very difficult to be consistent for that long. One season is not nothing, 9 months. He came back in January into the team, and since January till now, it's December now, he's been consistent. He's been maybe our best defender, other than obviously Thiago Silva, who doesn't play all the time. So for me, that means something. That's not something you can just throw away. So that's the way I see it. I think Rudiger needs to be respected, whatever he decides. We shouldn't try to say, he's some kind of traitor, or we shouldn't look at it like that. It's just at the end of the day.
Sorry, no one is saying that.
Definitely not. No.
Yeah, no one is saying that. No.
So yeah, just people shouldn't look at it personally. To make it look as if Rudiger is just about money. He doesn't care about the club. Of course he cares. I think everything he's shown on the pitch would suggest that he cares. So the club hasn't handled the situation in the best way, and that's the main point for me. So that's why I'm saying we're not in the position to just assume that we can just throw Rudiger away and we'll manage. So that's it.
Yeah, thank you, Eric. Does anybody want to jump in on this topic? I haven't heard from MDT, Bobby.
Yeah, I was just listening. To be honest with you. Yeah.
Go on, MDT.
I was just. Yeah, I mean, with this Rudiger thing is for me, Chelsea should do what they think is best for Chelsea. Okay, and Rudiger should do what's best for Rudiger. But this whole argument about wages or whatever and things like that, it's just cockable. Let me just use the polite word. Chelsea, yes, financially, our income to expenditure is not sustainable. Okay, but that's not Rudiger's fault. Whether Rudiger stay or not, Chelsea are in the mud in wages. So people thinking that giving Rudiger the money, that's what's going to cause it. No, it's already done. It's done because of the mistake they did. They were not scouting. They were buying expensive buys. So that's nothing to do with Rudiger. Since Emenalo left, Chelsea haven't scouted a single player apart from Mendy. That's reasonable. We've been going and buying players that everybody knows they up and coming or whatever. Our scouting is being rubbish. Okay, so you can't blame that on Rudiger. About the wage thing, to say if you give Rudiger 200 or 250, Mount is not looking at Rudiger. He's looking at Kai Havertz. He's looking at Pulisic. Those are the ones. Timo Werner. Okay, it's not Rudiger looking at Rudiger. Is 28. That's how football works. Okay, you look at people in your grade. Okay, that's how finance work. Yeah, I can't be working in finance. You working in human resources. We have different wage structure. You're looking at me. No, you're not looking at me. You're looking at. So people should just, if you have preconceived notion about Rudiger, it's fine. You can have that. But Rudiger and these other ones, they're not the same. Mount is looking to get more than the ones, because if he is performing and they're not, he wants to be more than those people. He's his age group. Okay, because he costs nothing. The same with Reece James. The same with Callum. The same. They're looking at that, whatever. It's nothing to do. The club messed up. It's not with Rudiger. Okay? Rudiger thing, let's look at it this way. 1 year ago, the club went to him and his family said, and his brother said, we want you out. Look for a buyer. Okay? So Chelsea didn't want to keep him. That was the idea. They wanted to sell him. But guess what? PSG come in and offer a loan with an option to buy, because it was a COVID market. None of the club knew how they're going to recover financially. Bayern gave the same offer to Chelsea. Juventus did the same offer. Inter Milan did. Chelsea wanted money. Only Tottenham offered the money. Chelsea refused, and Rudiger didn't want to go there. So Chelsea said, okay, let's wait and see. What ended up happening, unfortunately for Chelsea, fortunately for Rudiger, whichever way you want to put it, Tuchel came in. After Rudiger failed with whatever. Okay, Tuchel came in. Tuchel put Rudiger was back in anyway with Lampard. Tuchel came in. Rudiger's performance become this way. So the Chelsea were like, okay, let's see what's happening. By this summer, Chelsea should have sold Rudiger and Christensen. For me personally, they should have sold them if they think they're going to lose them for free this year. But Chelsea were arrogant to think that, oh, we can renegotiate. You went to this guy and his family and tell them technically you don't want them. Okay? And now you go back to say, okay, this is the contract we offer you. You're not even coming to say, you know what, let's fix what's broken first. You just come and offer a contract like that person should accept anything you offer on the table. I don't care whether I support Chelsea or not. This is a human aspect, and also there's a business. Chelsea is a business. That's what people think. It's a corporation. We are fans. We love the football aspect of it. But there's a corporation behind that. They're not human. There's no human involved when they're negotiating deals. They don't look at Rudiger. They look at Rudiger as an asset or a liability. Now it's an asset. But when you come to an asset, what do? You don't just offer anything in front of them thinking that, oh, they will accept it. No. If first of all, you got to mend the relationship that was broken, then you negotiate. Okay. And then now we're here. Whether Chelsea keep Rudiger or not, for me, I just want Rudiger to give us his best years and win this league or whatever title. And then I'll clap him off saying, thank you, Rudy. All the best, whatever you want to do. You give us your best years. And also about this, he can't play in the back four. Come on, this is baloney. You guys know that, don't you? His first season under Conte, he was in the back three. He was playing on the right. Okay? He was our best defender. The second season under Sarri, he was playing in a 4 on the right. Okay, he was our best defender. Okay? And he got injured. Then he has an ACL. Oh, sorry, yeah. He has an ACL in his knee, if I'm not mistaken. He was out. He came back. Rudiger only started 14 games under Lampard. 14 games. All these people that are saying he was terrible. You tell me a player that came back from an ACL and didn't take a year to recover. You judge him, Rudiger, for 14. Rudiger is one of the only Chelsea defenders that have never been red carded. You go and check. Okay, so do you think if Rudiger wasn't intelligent, he can... How many defenders do you know that's never been red carded? Check under Conte, under Sarri, what game did you think Rudiger was responsible for and we lost? Personally, I'm not talking about the whole defense. I'm talking about Rudiger having a bad game. His first 2 seasons before the injury. Rudiger's bad game came under Lampard when he came back from injury. And that injury, it takes you 1 year for you to even recover. That's playing. After you do your rehab for a whole year. You have to play 1 year for you to even your body to get back. So Tuchel came at the right time when Rudiger was recovered. That's what happened. He was recovered exactly the time Tuchel was coming in. When Rudiger was injured, you guys go and take out whatever. When Rudiger was injured, when Lampard we were conceding goals, Lampard said my best defender is injured. The newspaper, Andy Townsend, Paul Merson, you name it, even on Rio Ferdinand said, Chelsea's best defender is injured on now. When he gets back, Lampard will get the defense working. But you guys all forget this because you know what, football fans right now, it's like you guys have a memory of a goldfish. All you care about is the, you go by stats and FIFA and whatever. You don't deal with facts. You deal with emotion. You deal with opinion. Opinions are not facts. It's your feeling. Your feeling is not right. How you feel is your feeling. Doesn't mean that you're right. You guys should start reading. Read more. Okay? Read more. Whether it's newspaper or whatever, take books and read. That will help you guys. But to assume that Rudiger is this and that, basing it on 14 games, he started under Lampard. 14 games. 14 games. That's what he started under Lampard when he came back from injury. But he can't play in the top 4. He can't play in the back 4. He can't do this. He can't do this. Rudiger is... when we build up play currently on Chelsea, without Rudiger, we cannot do it. Without Rudiger, Chelsea cannot build up a play from the back. He's the defender. He's the ball carrier. He's the passer. He's the cross-field passer. Look at today. When Aspi lost his leg, you see how Thiago struggled? Because without Chalobah and Christensen, you see? Rudiger and Chalobah and Christensen make Thiago look better because he's a senior professional. He cannot do those nasty jobs. He's relying on Rudiger's energy and whatever, and ball carrying, or Chalobah or Christensen. Aspi has lost the leg. If you guys want to see what's going on, let's play Aspi again next game and see whether Thiago Silva will not struggle. If you underestimate what Rudiger is doing, you don't know football. If you have an agenda, you don't like him, it's fine. You can do that. Like I said, if you don't like a player, it's your opinion. If you don't like the way they play, it's fine. But don't lie on them. Respect their career, what they achieve. Don't diminish their achievement, or don't go into their career and start picking and choosing what you like. That's why I hate statistics, because statistics is the biggest deceptive thing on earth, and also is the best thing. It depends who is using it. So for me, that's where I stop, because right now, Rudiger or Lukaku or Werner or whatever, I'm not having the argument with anybody anymore, because people are dealing with emotion and the way they feel, what they see, not facts, because they think their opinion is right. For me, when a human being is debating their opinion, it's ridiculous. We can discuss opinions, but you debate facts.
Am I able to come in now?
That's where I stop.
I don't know. I'm scared to jump. I'm scared to jump in, man. I'm scared to jump in. MDT is ripping up trees, man. MDT, big up. Listen, before I bring in Bobby, MDT, that's the passion that I love to see. That's the passion I love to see, because it shows you care. It shows that everything you've said there is from the heart. So big up to you, and thank you for sharing that insight with us. Big up to you, Bobby. Let's hear it. I mean, it's hard to follow this, Bobby. Give it a go.
MDT has said a lot of what I kind of wanted to say about Rudiger, but maybe not in that way. I think there's a lot of underappreciation of the longevity of Rudiger's service to us. But what I'm going to add to this is the board. We live in a world now of, I feel like this, so this is how it should be. MDT's right. We're in a silly, feelings-based, foolish, snowflake world. That's where we are. And so we've got people that are now being outed in the board. All that PC, all that nonsense, big-upping disasters in our board is going to come to fruition if this whole Rudiger Christensen deal thing falls through. Mount and all the others that need new deals. And I tell you one thing, I will not hold back. Even now, I'm holding back in what I want to say about a particular person. We know what she did. We know how Emanalo left. We know a lot of things, but we've kept tight-lipped because, okay, we want everything to be good at Chelsea. And despite all the silly little hysteria, we thought, let's just keep quiet because things are going okay till now. Rudiger's deal should have been done and dusted a long time ago. All this dropping the ball, treating him like SHIT is down to the board. I don't even think it's down to Lampard, because they're the people that make the deals. So if you want to treat people like a commodity, fine. You get what commodities do. No feeling. I hope that the chickens haven't come to roost for a few people in the board, because who suffers in the end? It's the club. Even look at our whole transfer policy is disjointed. And we keep seeing this season in, season out, hesitation, things just going awry, and then suddenly panic buys. This is the theme. I tell you what, people like Ron Gorley and people like Peter Kenyon and people like Trevor Birch, they were shot down for much less. But we've tolerated this thing season in, season out. Why? Because of feelings. Oh, I feel that this person should be there. We shouldn't be moved by feelings. Football's about results. It's a results-based industry. And if you want to play this game in the board, you've got to produce. If you don't produce, you go. That's football.
Spot on, Bobby. Spot on. I need to just change a couple of positions. Yeah, Boogeyman, I'll let you come in. But listen, lads, seriously, I can't believe we've been streaming for over 2 hours with this heated debate, and we've only had 51 likes. I think I've had more super chats in this stream than I've actually had likes, which is crazy. So I don't know, if there's people in the stream right now who haven't hit the like button, please consider it. Please hit the like button. And if you are new, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that. Lads, the debate is now open. So Boogie, let me hear what you have to say.
Listen, I agree 100% with the two speakers before me. The the thing is, we just won a game that fairly we didn't deserve to take the entire 3 point, and the man of the match performance was from Rudiger, and we come up today and someone is still looking into it and say, "Oh, Rudiger make this mistake." It just sometimes. My question to a lot of people is, what would Rudiger have to do at this point to show Chelsea
Wow.
fan that he's good? If someone can just answer that to me, like what does Rudiger? Just based on today's performance, he's not good enough.
Boogie, 1 second. Boogie, 1 second. Listen, this is a good question. There's 75 of you in the chat. I want you to tell me if you think Rudiger has been playing good this season. So, good, bad. That's it. 2 words. Just type in good or bad, depending on what you think Rudiger's performances have been like this season. Sorry, Boogie, continue.
Because if we want to go on the list and pointing out errors on this game today, I'm pretty sure the 11 starters, the 11 starting, and also the one that comes from the bench, we will point error all over the place. They, at the end of the day, pointing to that only error as the only mistake Rudiger has done today, just show that who he is. He's outstanding player. We all play football. We know how it is. I play football, and I know in certain conditions I'm really comfy. And I love certain situations, but those other situations I don't like them. So I will make mistakes. I mean, I'm not professional. Yeah, I don't want. I see that guy was smiling. I can't forget. I keep forgetting his name.
Okay.
Okay, I say okay. Yeah, you play. Yeah, I play football. I play a high level, man. Anyways, at the end of the day, the question is, what exactly Rudiger have to do for us to just be like, this man is good? Nobody cannot show it. It seems like people just hate him. They just don't want him. That's it. People can hide behind the fact that, oh, he's good, but he's not worth this. That it just doesn't make any sense. Have Chelsea ever give 350 a week to any player in our entire history? I'll tell you, it's a no. But for some reason, we give it to Lukaku last season. So if we can break that record with Lukaku or with any signing, even if it was Haaland that came in and we signed 350 a week, why can't we give Rudiger 250 a week? And then if we want to squeeze some other part of the wage structure, go get it. But Rudiger, he deserves to have exactly what he's asking for. I just don't see where the debate is. For me, anyways, I just don't see it.
Boogie, I just want to say something because I'm also seeing Brian asking, has anybody said that that Rudiger has not been playing well? No. You see, the thing is this, Boogie, the whole debate has been over a period where Rudiger went missing because of an injury and because of his recovery after he came back. He wasn't firing on all cylinders. And to be fair, he had errors when he came back, and that is something that MDT addressed in his statement, because the injury that he had was a very big injury, and not a lot of players can actually recover from that and come back and put in the performances that he is putting in. And the thing is, one of the biggest attributes, one of the biggest difficulties is when you have an ACL and you come back and you need to be strong physically, it's harder than when you are a player that relies on mobility. You have to be strong. Rudiger has to put in hard tackles. He has to be physically strong with the opponents, and to come back from an ACL and to be in that position, to be in that strength, at that level, it's not easy. And fair play to him, he's done that. So that is what we're talking about in respect to his dip in form. It was that bit when he had that injury and he came back. Now the 2 in the back system, the 5 in the back system, 3 in the back system. I think Rudiger has done both, and he has done both well. He has flourished under this system because I think he did it with managers that were at a certain caliber. Conte, Tuchel, certain caliber. So I don't know. It's just my two cents.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but Lukaku was playing in 3-5-2 system in Inter Milan. We accept the fact that he was playing another system, and we brought it into our system to play for us, and we're willing to just pay his wages. Then, so if that's the case, for any transfer on like that, Chelsea will be involved in it. System come into play. We're just going to be like, okay, the coach we have is going to play 3-5-3 or 3-4-3 or 3-5-2. But that guy was playing in Barcelona with 4-2-4 or whatever, or 4-3-3. So we're not going to buy it because we don't know if he will succeed. And it doesn't. You can only evaluate someone value on what he is doing in front of you, or what he is doing in a specific team, or what he is doing. Right? You cannot just sit down, keep thinking, what was he doing 2 years or 5 years or 7 years, or what will he do in the future? Lukaku have done it properly at Inter Milan, and that's why we bought him, to do the same thing for us. So it doesn't matter if we decide tomorrow to play 2 at the front to help him, or if we keep the 3 and we want him to adapt to it. He is still earning his wages because he's done it. We are in the same situation with Rudiger. He's doing it actually. So let's give him whatever he wants. For me, it's so.
No, I was just gonna say, Boogie. I like this comment by Alex. He's trying to figure out a financial solution. It's like, let Christensen go and to give his money to Rudiger. Alex, big up to you and thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. Yes, financial thinking is what it is. Lads, I just want to say something, and then I'm going to give you guys all a couple of minutes because I want to conclude the stream. Today, Chelsea beat Leeds at home in a very, very intense game. To be fair, it could have gone either way. It could have gone either way in regards to the win, and it could have even ended as a draw. I am really, really happy at this result. This dream, people may look back at it and think that we were not happy. No, I am delighted at the result. 3 points against Leeds with the schedule we have in December. This could not have gone any better. Tough game, but I am delighted to be walking away with 3 points. And, it shows that we have the fighting spirit. We have the fight in us. It's not just, regular technical games that we can win, but we can also win a game where it needs to be, a little bit of a scrap. So that's a good thing. Yes, it wasn't a beautiful game to watch, but boy, it was a beautiful result to have. So I want everyone to know we are all happy at the result, regardless of our opinions to certain performers, to certain situations. A fantastic day today. We beat Leeds United. So big up to Tuchel, big up to the boys, big up to the fans that were out there in that cold stadium. It was freezing. I know. Hawkeye's probably thinking you should come over to where I am. It's a lot colder. I know where you are. It's a lot colder where you are. I know. So big up to the boys and the fans and everyone that took part in that game. So fantastic. I'm gonna give everyone a couple of minutes to give me their final thoughts before we conclude the stream. I'm gonna start with Olu. Olu's been quiet all stream. Olu, you still there, mate? Olu, I think Olu's missing. Olu's AWOL. All right. I'll start with Eric. Eric, give me your final thoughts on this game and where we are in the league and moving forwards.
Yeah. I'm going to say only positives because I don't like to be negative. I really don't. I like to think that I'm positive, generally speaking. So 3 points, the whole of December, that's the most important thing. Just get results. Fantastic results. Fantastic mentality from the team to come back. I don't think we've done that too many times under Tuchel. So that's another positive. We came back from a losing position So that's something we can't overlook. Important fixture to win because it's a very difficult fixture. We don't like playing against Leeds. It seems like it's getting to that. It's becoming as bad as the Spurs one in terms of the actual matches. Players flying into tackles and stuff like that. So we got a result that we wanted. It can only get better from here, to be honest. I don't think we will play much worse than we have been playing recently. So it can only get better from here. We're still in the title race, even though it seems like we're hanging on with the performances, but we're still there, and we just need to keep pace with the other teams. So I believe we will do that. Hopefully, we will be within 2 points of whoever is at the top, or obviously, we can obviously go back top ourselves. So, yeah. So looking forward to the next match. One of the few positives about these fixtures is the next game comes very quickly. So we can watch Chelsea a little bit more than we did during the international, when we had like 2 million international breaks. So yeah, this is much better. So I just, that's the most important thing. Just watching the team, seeing how we improve. And yeah, just very happy with the result.
Yeah, no, definitely, Eric. It's been fantastic, and I'm excited. I'm excited about the rest of the month. It's gonna be a good Christmas. I hope it's gonna be a good Christmas. I mean, Leeds was the one game that I was a little bit worried about. Now the rest are gonna be just as exciting. Hopefully we get the same result. I just want to say something. Eric, stay on. I don't want to have people leaving. I want you all to stay on. Shubbe, seriously. You must have a mad bank account. I'm serious, because I have no idea how much you've donated on this stream. I'm going to check it. I'm going to check it afterwards. But thank you. Thank you so much, and I'm worried to say thank you too much because you probably end up sending another one. So, no, but seriously, I really appreciate your support for the channel. I think this has been one of the highest earner streams I've had because of you. So, big up to you, and thank you so much for your support. I'm gonna go to Jorge. Jorge, give me your assessment.
Yeah, so basically, I feel we got what we needed for the game. We got what we needed to be, back right on track. Because, of course, this past few weeks, man, it has been really difficult. So, of course, you do not just, morph from a very bad performance into an outstanding performance. It has to go, step by step, which is something we're seeing, and gladly players are starting to come back. N'Golo Kante should be back, on Tuesday. Kovačić will be back in a few days. So that is just what we've been waiting for. Of course, there's so many things I could raise my eyebrows on at Tuchel, but yes, we understand the situation of the club. So I think that should be the major problem. That is the major problem. The injuries we've got in the squad, and hopefully we're getting back on track. Positive result, the most important thing, positive 3 points today to give them back that, that morale, that energy which the whole team needed, and that's what we got today. So that's where I end.
Sweet, thank you. I'm not sure who to go because you see these three that are left, they are my senior panelists, and I say senior in regards to age. They're all 3 old men. So who do I go to? Let me think.
I'm the youngest.
I think
you're the youngest. All right, go on.
This guy's dreaming, yeah. But I take that title. I'll take that title as the oldest. No problem.
Yeah, to be honest with you, December is all about result. We have to recover the injured players. The only thing I'm worried about is because of when you have injured players in your midfield, they shouldn't be working too hard. That's the thing I was worried about today more than anything, because Jorginho and Ruben were working too hard for me. When you have people that are even 20%, 30%, 50% running that hard, that was the disappointment, because we need them for Thursday again, unless Cover come in. So that was the only thing today I was worried about, the amount of work they did. But at the end of the day, it's just the 3 point that's more important until we get people back, everybody back. Hopefully, Hopefully we're not gonna have, because our forward line look now they becoming defeaters. Our midfield, they might come back, okay, but I hope the injuries don't come in the defense. So because of, it's like Chelsea is one after another. It's like it was started at the forward, then the midfield, forward, midfield, and now the defense. Couple of people, Reece James is playing with injury. So I hope this December or January we can call a couple of players back on loan just in case. Like, you remember contest title running season when we call back Nathan Naki. You remember we called back Nathan Naki from Bournemouth. Although we didn't play him, he was just there in case of injury. I think we should do the same. Call a few players back. But other than that, I'm happy with the 3 points, and I hope we continue having 3 points. Performance is just a secondary here. The primary thing is the 3 points and injured players back. That's all.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm gonna leave Bobby to the end.
Yeah, but who told you Bobby is older than me? I need you to answer that question.
Listen. I gotta say this. Yeah, I've seen your chin. You got grey hair on your chin. I know you dye your head, but you don't dye your chin. So
who me?
Hair.
Who?
Yeah,
No. I don't dye. I don't dye my hair. You can see it. There's grey in it.
No.
No,
Okay.
I don't dye.
Yeah.
But that might be an idea. I might start dyeing my hair also.
I mean, I know Bobby. He quotes some games that happened in the 70s.
Forget that. Okay, I give that one away. Yeah. Because he used names that I have no idea where they're from. So good. Yeah, I give that one.
So we'll leave Bobby to the end. Go on, Boogie. Let me hear.
Okay. Welcome. Listen, I love the debate. MDT. You already know it was an amazing debate today, and even after 3 points, we have to come here and release some energy, and we did it. And thanks for helping me release my energy also. So when you want me to go back to the game, the fact is, I have no expectation at this point. For me, every time I come out of a game and we have 3 points, I will just come here and just sit, and if someone says something is not done properly, I will have to look into with detail what the person is saying. If I notice that there is a hose in his way of thinking, I will just point it out with all the energy that I have. Because at this point, whether we have a defeat or not, I don't care anymore. Not that I don't care about Chelsea. I love Chelsea, but for the situation that we are at this point, for me, beautiful game doesn't matter. A 3 point is the only thing that matter. And I'm pretty sure Tuchel's standards are as high as Chelsea. If Tuchel's standards are not high, he will be sacked at the end of this season. I can guarantee you that. That's why I love Chelsea. That's the reason why I love our owner also. Because as much as we get frustrated with the result, at the end of the day, coach are not exempted from get fired. So if this December, at the end of this December, we don't manage to keep ourselves in the top 4, Tuchel's job will be at risk, because top 4 is the minimum when you coach Chelsea. So I just wish that during this month of December, we win enough game that when we come to January, when we have a full team, Kante fit, Kovacic fit, and Jorginho gave it a proper rest, we're still in certain 4 point or 1 or 3 or 1 point from the top. And then I don't care anymore. From that, I'll be happy again and go back to when you have a full team and Tuchel make mistake, I will criticize Tuchel. When a player made a mistake, I will criticize the player. But at this point, I made my peace. In month of December, it's just about the result, and I'm happy. We're playing who we play next. I think it is Everton, and I'm not sure if. And the other thing people keep saying, Everton will also has injured, or Leeds has injured, but that's not the point. The expectation at Chelsea is always different. Like whether Leeds has injuries, Leeds can put average player in. Their expectation for result is not as high as ours. So when we can have our B team, we expect them to play as good, and the result is really important because consequences coming out of when you lose game at Chelsea. So that logic also, I don't understand it. So we go Everton game, we have to win it. If we don't win it, I'm not gonna be mad. But if someone say this player and it doesn't fit my logic, then I would criticize that person, and that's what I would do.
Yeah. Boogie, we have Everton on Thursday, and then we have Wolves on Sunday. So we've got time to rest the players for Everton, but then we have a quick turnaround time with Wolves. It's gonna be really, really close.
But I don't
So
think we
that's
have
it.
time to rest Jorginho, because I'm pretty sure that guy's been playing on. Yeah,
For Wolves, now it's gonna be difficult because if he plays against Everton, yeah, I'm hoping that I think Kante should be back on Tuesday this week in
I
training.
heard
So
something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll see. All right, let's hear from Bobby. Bobby, let me hear it. The final thoughts.
Yeah, guys, I've been watching Billy Gilmore, who did really well today, by the way, and I've been watching an atrocious Man United, who everybody's singing their praises for cheating with a penalty to beat Norwich 1-0. Look, the perspective of Chelsea and other teams, even other top teams, is almost laughable. We are in a very, very difficult position as per injuries. I, like MDT, I have concerns for the defense. We have 2.5 defenders. We can't play Thiago Silva every 3 days. He's too old. But we're being forced to almost do that. Even Rudiger is going to need a rest. All we have as the centre backs are Christensen, Thiago, and Rudiger. And questions have to be asked about what we did with our squad at the beginning of the year. Seriously. I don't know if they're going to dip into the current academy lads. I don't know if there's any of them that's good enough to step up. They may be able to step up in the FA Cup game. I don't know. But it's about hanging on. If Kante can be back, great, but it won't be the solution because he would only be able to play minutes as he gets back to full fitness. So, it really is a difficult time. I don't think it's right or fair to start questioning Tuchel now. What's happened is not really in his control. And the fact that we've still kept our head above water has got to be some sort of testimony to him. Chelsea need to look for stability now. This idea of, he's not done well over a few games, we've got to get rid of him. It's madness. Klopp had a bad spell. Guardiola had a bad spell. They've had several bad spells. Guardiola chucked the Champions League final, that the trophy that the club wanted the most. So, these things happen in football. Tuchel is the man that we should keep for stability going forward to evolve the team. As for the Rudiger debate, I think we've all said more than enough about it, and we're in a wait-and-see position. But regardless, if we lose a player like that in our squad, some head has to roll somewhere.
Yep, I agree. We have to control the situation better and deal with it better moving forward. But I think we are in a good position. Lads, I'm going to end the stream, but I want you all to do me a favor. I am going to put a comment in the chat. I want everyone to select it and copy it because I'm going to send you somewhere. I want to do a raid. I used to do this before when I had a gaming channel, but I haven't done it since I've done this channel. I want everyone in the chat to go raid another YouTuber, and I'm going to tell you who it is in a second. We're going to raid GNA TV. GNA TV are currently live, and they've only got 32 people watching. So I want you all to copy this comment that I'm posting now. Okay, Blue Lounge Raid. We are here to support GNA TV. And then I want you to click on the link that I'm about to post. Copy. Alright, so I'm posting this link here. I want you all to go click on that link and show some love to GNA TV. All right, support JNA TV. Give him some love and tell him I said hello. And before you go, hit the like button on this stream.
Sure.
All right, lads. It's been great. It's been nice. I'll see you all in the next stream.
If I hit the like button again, I will dislike it. Do you want me to
Not
do
mine. No, don't dislike mine. Go like JNA TV. Go like JNA TV. All right, boys. Peace out. Take care. Good night.
See you later.
Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you.